Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Hopeless Romantic by Julie Capulet, narrated by Mia Madison and Brandon Utah. Chapter 1. Millie. The bus drops me next to the front entrance of the university, and I walk up to the main admissions building, where I'm given a map and a bag full of booklets and welcome materials. I make my way through the crowd of people on the campus green, keeping my hat low over my eyes, using the map to try to find my way to my new dorm. I can't believe I'm here. College. I never knew if I'd actually get this far. So many times along the way, college had seemed like a place other people went, a goal not just up among the stars, but over in someone else's galaxy. But I've made it. This is real. My dream, against all odds, has come true. I graduated from high school more than a year ago, but it's taken me this long to save up enough money to get started. Desperate to get as far away from my tiny hometown in Florida as possible, I applied to 4 schools, and I got in. This place is like a different world. More than 40,000 students go to this university. It's practically its own city, with top-ranked sports teams and space-age libraries and students from every walk of life you could imagine. It's got an energetic, optimistic vibe to it that's blowing my mind a little. The autumn air is crisp and cool. People are pink-cheeked, wearing colorful scarves, holding steaming cups of coffee and hot chocolate from a nearby coffee truck. Until 2 days ago, I'd never in my life been north of Atlanta. Everything about this place feels new and exciting and picture-perfect. I almost feel like I belong here. Belonging isn't something I've had a lot of experience with. I don't fit in or make friends easily. Not because I intentionally try to be an outcast, but because I'm used to keeping secrets. But not anymore. All my secrets have turned to dust. Here, I'm not the poor kid with a heroin addict for a mother, or the lonely waif who lives in a trailer park and carries Narcan in her pockets. I'm not the freaky teenage girl who wears hats and oversized jackets in August to hide myself because I live alone, or close enough. My only protector was too far gone to care. All that is behind me now. My mother is dead. It feels like a mercy. The needles, the wasting away, the giving up of every shred of herself just to get her next fix. I tried to save her, but she just couldn't be saved. Grief was weaved into the painful fabric of our downward spiral, which meant that, as soon as she was gone, it was surprisingly easy to walk away. I'd already said my goodbyes to the person my mother was a long time ago. Now, I'm free of the pain and sadness of my past. Today, here, right this minute, I can start my new life. In this mini-city of 40,000 people, I know I can find my own quiet corner where I'll be perfectly content to watch everyone else having the time of their lives while I get to work and do what I came here to do, kick ass in the only way I know how. It's a strange thing to have a knack for. As soon as I started writing stories, something clicked. When I write, I enter this fever dream. I use writing to crawl inside my own mind, to escape from reality. It helped when I needed it most. The coffee-scented air leads me over to the coffee truck. I stand in line. I'm wearing my usual loose jacket and my black sailor's cap that I tuck my hair into, because I actually need them in this weather, which is a nice change. People still stare at me. I'm used to it. I know what I look like. Students are clustered into groups, talking to each other, meeting each other. Sometimes I wonder, like now, what it would be like to be fun and outgoing. The girl behind me in line starts up bubbly conversations with a couple of random strangers without even a hint of self-consciousness or turning red or stammering over her words like I would. Shyness is a curse. My backstory doesn't help, but at some point you just have to move on. That's why I'm here, after all. "What can I get you?" says the guy in the truck. He's staring. I pull my hat a little lower. "1 hot chocolate, please." He smiles, making no move to get my order. You must be a freshman. I'm sure I would have noticed you. Yes, I just arrived. After 3 days on a Greyhound bus, but I don't bother with the details. He pours cocoa into a cardboard cup. I'm Mason. Hi, Mason. I don't offer my name in return. There's a line behind me, and I really just want to get my drink so I can go and find my dorm. But Mason takes his time. And you are? I relent. Millie. Millie, he repeats. I like that name. It's sort of old-fashioned, but it works. His gaze roves across my face, taking its time. Hey, there's a party at my place tonight. You should come. He scrawls a number on a napkin and hands it to me, along with my cup of hot chocolate. Give me a call. I'll see. Thanks. I hand him my money card. It's on the house, he says. Really, you should come. It'll be fun. I can pick you up if you need a ride. Hey, man, says a guy behind me in line. How about stop trying to pick up the freshmen and make us some coffee instead? I take that as my cue. Thanks, Mason. See you tonight, hopefully, Mason calls after me, but I let myself drift into the crowd. I already know I'm not going to Mason's party. I'm not really the party-going type. Besides, I don't have time. Part of being able to afford college came from the advance money for a book I wrote last year when I was going through the worst of the worst. By some miracle, I landed a literary agent who got me a 2-book deal with a major publisher. They said my writing was heartfelt, which is true enough. The money isn't a huge amount, but it meant I could afford to start college this year instead of waiting another year or two to save. I have no idea how I'll finish the second book by their deadline of January 1st, but I guess I'll figure it out. That, along with the full course load I'll be taking, means I'll basically be living in the library for the entire first semester. I check my map, pretending I feel confident and ready to take my new world by storm. At least if I look like I know what I'm doing, people might actually think I do. There's a band playing a Fleetwood Mac song in the middle of the green. Nearby, some guys are throwing a football around. The sky is blue, with only a few high, wispy clouds. It's late afternoon. The leafy trees are vibrant shades of red and orange, with an artful smattering sprinkled across the green grass. Autumn, like I've only seen it in movies. Everything's so colorful and collegiate. Preppies, jocks, hipsters, and academics are mingling, all wearing splashes of the same school colors. Nearby, a cluster of girls are eyeing up the football jocks. These are the kinds of girls who used to make my life hell in high school. The social media-obsessed types who spend hours making sure their selfies are envy-worthy. They hate people like me. People with problems they don't want touching them and their shiny lives. Loners who, God knows why, since I avidly try to avoid it, take attention away from them. And it's always the kind of attention I wish I wasn't getting. I do my best to avoid them. Maybe things will be different in college. I'm mortified when one of the jocks calls out to me and starts walking over to me. He's huge and built like a Marvel character. I try to steer clear, but he blocks my way, so I'm forced to stop. Hey, he says. He's literally towering over me. I have no doubt he could break me in half if he wanted to. It's intimidating. Are you a freshman? I just had this conversation, and I really don't feel like having it again. I'm not good at small talk. Yes, and I'm on my way to my dorm, if you'll excuse me. You're fucking gorgeous, he says. I don't know how to reply to that, so I step around him and keep walking, but he walks along with me. He's persistent. Where are you from? I don't want to chit-chat with this oversized stranger. A very small town I'm sure you've never heard of. Try me. He's sort of sweaty and bulging, and it's freaking me out. So I hurry past him. I'm sorry, but I'm meeting someone and I'm late. It was nice talking to you. You and me should get together sometime, he says. That's not going to happen in this lifetime or the next 12, I don't bother saying. I keep walking, hoping I'm heading in the right direction. I'll look out for you, the jock calls after me. Luckily, unless he likes to hang out in hidden corners of the library, he'll never find me. My dorm isn't far. It's full of people carrying boxes and saying goodbye to their parents. A pang of something that's not quite sadness and not quite jealousy flutters, but I let it go. It doesn't matter anymore that I'm alone. These people are starting their new lives too, just like I am. Some are already partying. I slide past them and make my way up to the 3rd floor. My roommate is there, sitting on the bed next to the window that has a view out over the green. She's going through an open suitcase, and she looks up when I walk in. She has long hair the color of polished copper and a sprinkling of freckles across her nose. Her face lights up, like she's genuinely happy to see me. "Hey, Rumi, I'm Violet." I smile back at her. It's impossible not to. She's fun and nice, you just get that impression. "Millie." "Hi, Millie. I hope you don't mind me claiming the bed next to the window," she says, "and the bigger closet. Your desk is bigger, though, and you have an extra bookshelf." "No, that's fine. I saw you talking to that football player and his groupies," she says. "You saw that? I was feeling your pain." She laughs. "Those girls' faces when they saw it was you and not them he was chasing after." "Well, they can have him. I hope I haven't already made a few enemies. Those girls will be fine as long as you stay away from the football team." "You know them?" "I know their type." She sets a picture of her family on her bedside table. She has a lot of brothers, it looks like. My brother was the quarterback at my high school in Wilmington. My other brother was a wide receiver, and my other brother was a halfback. We had girls like that camping out on our doorstep every night of the week. Wow. Well, I'll definitely be staying away from the football team, I assure her, as far away as possible. "There's no way we're not going to the game tonight, though," Violet says. "You have to come with me. I don't know anyone else here yet." I laugh a little as I put my bag on my bed and start unpacking it. "I'm probably going to skip the game. Sorry." "No way, Rumi. You can't bail on me. I refuse to sit there by myself, and I can't miss the opening game of the season. My brothers would kill me." "I'm not really into football," I admit. I've honestly never watched much of it and couldn't tell you the rules if my life depended on it. "What are you into?" Violet's face is open and sunny, like she's actually interested and not just asking to make small talk. So I find myself telling her. "I'm a writer." "That's so cool. Are you an English major?" "Yeah. How about you?" "Psychology. I'm planning on becoming a shrink. Believe it or not, it's been my lifelong ambition." "Wow." I start putting some of my stuff into drawers. "Yeah, just be careful. I might go all Freudian and start psychoanalyzing you any minute." I smile without meaning to, and it feels good. It's been a long time since I made a new friend. "I'll watch out for that. If you ever feel like you might need some therapy, just let me know. You can be my first patient." I take my hat off and toss it onto my bed. My hair tumbles out and hangs past my shoulders. It's been a while since I cut it. "Wow," she says. "Is that your real hair?" I have strange hair. It's a very pale shade of red that's almost blonde, but not quite. It looks pink under certain lights. A lot of people comment on it, or stare at it, or want to touch it, which is why I usually keep it hidden. I cut it shorter after my mother died, in one of those weird moments where you do something and you don't know why, but it's grown back since then. I have bangs, and it's sort of angled around my face, unevenly in places, because going to a hairdresser wasn't something I could ever afford. I'm thinking about dyeing it black. "Don't you dare! It's amazing!" "So's yours." It really is. It's a coppery red with gold highlights. Her phone pings and she's busy for a few seconds. Then she says, "So what do you say? Kickoff is at 4:30. "I don't know the first thing about football," I tell her. "I'll teach you," she says. "Who knows? You might actually enjoy it."
Chapter 2. Beau. I climb out of the pool after doing my daily 200 laps and grab a towel. My house, as usual, is quiet. It's been a long summer. I was glad to start football practice again, just to get out of my own fucking head. I have plenty of friends, but a lot of them go back to their hometowns for the summers, to hang out with their families. This is my hometown, and the only family I have left is a brother who was deployed to Afghanistan 11 months ago and has been through some very real shit, and another brother who lives in Chicago. Besides, Gage is busy. He's basically the biggest man whore on the planet, so even though we get along well, I always feel like I'm encroaching on his bed-hopping schedule. Me? Well, I have the opposite problem. Not that I couldn't bed-hop if I wanted to. Not at all. I don't, though, for reasons. Reasons I prefer not to dwell on. In fact, the whole topic is one I avoid like the plague. The problem is, a lot of other people seem to thrive on speculating continuously, like they have nothing better to fucking do. Maybe because I'm the starting quarterback. I'm 6'4", and I work out for 4 hours a day, so I'm built as fuck. I keep to myself when I'm not partying with friends or at practice, so I've been labeled brooding and mysterious. Go figure. The more I deflect, the more they want me. Like now, as I park my car and make my way towards the players' entrance of the stadium. "Hi, Bo." I turn. It's 3 girls hanging out next to a yellow Jeep. They've been waiting for me. I glance at them as I walk past. "Hey." "What are you doing for the next 20 minutes? One of them asks. "Getting ready to play a game of football." "The game doesn't start for 2 hours, one points out. I don't feel like having a conversation with these girls. They're dressed like they should be hanging out on a street corner. I wouldn't be surprised if they just finished banging the entire basketball team. Be nice. We have warm-up. "What about later?" says the blonde. "What are you doing after the game?" "Celebrating, hopefully." "We could meet up with you. That is, if you're sure you don't want us to help you warm up a little before warm-up." "Yeah, Bo," says the dark-haired one. "We could all help you warm up." I keep walking. Maybe another time. My behavior would probably be considered strange to most people. I know that. Most guys would be thanking their lucky stars that every woman they meet is desperate for some goddamn action. My problem is, I can't bring myself to go with it. Which could have something to do with the fact that my mother died of a particularly aggressive form of pancreatic cancer on my 15th birthday. A few weeks later, my father hung himself in our garage. He loved her so much, he just didn't want to live without her. On her deathbed, my mother's final words to me were, "Promise me you'll stay true to your own heart." I told her I would, which I now regret. Caleb joined the Marines a few years later, and Gage coped by jumping into bed with legions of women. Maybe for some kind of comfort or distraction, who knows. As for me, I'm stuck in a zone that's partly about honoring a promise and partly about trying to find a way to respect what my dead parents once had. I'm not exactly fucking thrilled about any of it, but it's the hand I've been dealt. I'm incapable of letting myself have random, meaningless sex. I'm waiting for the real thing, as ludicrous as that might be. And since I've never met anyone who I could potentially see myself falling in love with, not even close, I've been saving myself for some elusive, perfect woman who might not even exist. Who probably doesn't exist, let's be honest. Which fucking sucks. I wish I could climb into that Jeep and go for a joyride with these girls. I wish I could let off some metaphorical steam all over them. Take out my frustrations in a long, overdue frenzy until they were crying for more than one reason. But no, I spend every single second of my time mired in a ferocious, feral state of relentless, raging lust for a phantom lover who never shows up. I exist in a haze of blazing, pent-up need that has nowhere to focus besides football, which only releases a minuscule fraction of it. I hang out with friends. I swim until my muscles are aching. I pump iron until I'm drenched in sweat. But none of it helps. It's a big fucking problem. I'm glad the football season officially starts tonight. Now that I can immerse myself in practice, games, and my business and finance classes, time won't seem so slow and heavy. I can only hope. Caleb will be home next month. My brother has seen some serious combat in Afghanistan, and I have a feeling he'll be a changed man when he gets back. I email him every couple of days to try to boost his morale, which hasn't been great lately. It'll be good to have him home again. The girls call after me, begging me to come back to them. I almost turn. I almost fucking do it. Promise me, stay true to your own heart. I am. I said I would. But what if it kills me? There's more to me than a heart, and everything else about me wants to fuck like a maniac. I keep walking. I get to the locker room and toss my bag onto a bench. Most of the team is already there, and we go through our plays and warm up, and I do what I need to do. I try to focus. Each day, it's getting harder. My head isn't straight. My situation is starting to fuck with my concentration. I'm consumed with a raging fever that's becoming harder and harder to control. As we run out onto the field for kickoff, I can hear the fans chanting my name. We're playing one of our biggest rivals tonight, and they'll give us a run for our money. But I'm more than fucking up to it. I can feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins like a drug. The thrill of the game is the only thing that takes the slightest edge off. I throw the ball to Kirby, who advances 12 yards. It's a good start. The fans go wild. It's our first game of the season, and they're feeling it. I nail pass after pass. By the end of the first half, we're up by 14 points. It's deep in the fourth quarter when it happens. Our possession. The score is 38-7. I'm getting into position for the next play when something catches my eye. I glance up at the Jumbotron, and I stop. The camera has zoomed in on someone. At first I think I'm seeing things, imagining some kind of vision, dug up maybe, by an agony that's only compounding itself day by day. It's a girl, an unbelievably beautiful girl. Her face is angelic, impossibly cute, like something out of a fantasy, maybe. A fantasy I want to step into and live inside. She's wearing a hat, but I stand there watching her. A gust of wind blows her hat off, and her long hair spills loose. Her hair isn't quite strawberry blonde, and isn't quite white gold, but some impossible shade in between, framing her face like a halo. The setting sun catches it. Everything about her shines with a surreal glow. She looks soft and enchanting, and somehow shimmery, like a shy mermaid that just wandered onto dry land. You can tell she doesn't know the camera is on her. She smiles, sort of, self-consciously, at something someone next to her has said, and reaches for her hat. Fuck. She's stunning. She's devastatingly sexy in a dreamy, totally unaware of it way. Jesus, I'm getting hard. From gazing up at the fucking Jumbotron, which is not ideal in the middle of a football game. Someone's yelling at me. A lot of people are yelling at me. I can hear their voices, but I literally can't pull my eyes away. I'm starstruck. Like one of those shots in a movie where everything fades out except the object that takes all your focus. My mouth feels parched. and my heart aches as though I've been missing something monumental, and here it suddenly fucking is. Who is she? I don't even realize I've said it out loud, but Tyler is within earshot. That's the girl I saw on the green today. She's a fucking goddess. I feel like lunging at him, tackling him to the ground and making sure he understands that he can't have her, that if he goes anywhere near her, I'll go fucking ballistic. But then she realizes she's on camera, and her cheeks get pink as she puts her hat back on and pulls it low over her eyes. The camera pans away, across the crowd, and she's gone. No. I scan the stadium but have no idea where she might be. Coach is yelling from the sideline. He calls a timeout. His face is bright red. Hayes and Kowalski and some of the others are laughing. I realize I've been standing there for a while, maybe close to a minute. McCabe! What the hell are you doing? Coach is screaming. He's checking out some girl on the Jumbotron, Kirby says. He elbows me. Does this mean our lone wolf quarterback has finally met his match? Dude, you need to find her. I know. My team gives me shit all the time about my lack of a love life. They don't understand it. And neither do I. Coach is about a foot shorter than me, ranting like a lunatic. He's worked up. If you have any intention of continuing as the starting goddamn quarterback for this team, McCabe, you'll get your goddamn head back in this game. And pronto. You can play the other field in your own time. Is that understood? Yes, sir. I scan the crowd as subtly as I'm capable of as I return to the field. I can't see her. Fuck. It takes every shred of willpower I possess to keep my focus. Somehow I do. For the final 15 minutes, I go through the motions. Bronson's a wild card with occasional flashes of genius, and he's right where I want him. My pass glides into his outstretched hands, and he juggles it before securing the ball. Touchdown! Yells the announcer. The crowd goes insane. The game is over. I have to stop myself from running up into the stands to search for her. But there are 100,000 people here tonight. They're standing up. They're starting to leave. Where is she? Who is she? I have to find out. I want to see her again, like I've never wanted anything in my life. The people around me are cheering, celebrating, patting me on the back. I barely hear them. All I can think about is the shy, glowing girl and the realization that's hitting me like a 10-ton wall of bricks. I'm going to search for her until I find her, if it takes me the rest of my life to do it. I've kept my promise, and now it's time to find out what I've been missing, to make the most beautiful girl I've ever seen mine. I want her.
Chapter 3. Millie. Violet and I take our seats in the stands. This place is huge and packed. We drink our Cokes, and Violet's right. This is actually kind of fun. Everyone in the stadium is buzzing. They all start chanting and waving their banners and stomping their feet when our team runs out onto the field. Violet chants along with everyone else. We want Bo! We want Bo! We want Bo! I can't help but ask her the obvious once the cheers have died down a little. Who's Bo? She laughs. Seriously? She seems to find my total ignorance hilarious. She's such a football fan, she actually reads about these players in her spare time and follows the scores and the schedules and their social media accounts and whatnot. I told you, I'm not really that into football. Bo McCabe is only one of the hottest quarterbacks in the country, and not just in the good-at-football kind of way, Millie. Jeez. But it's a well-known fact that he doesn't date. At all. People are saying that he's saving himself for his one true love. Can you believe that? Wow. Of course, every girl swoons over him, not only because he's romantic, but also because he's freaking gorgeous. I mean, look at that guy, would you? It's kind of hard to tell with the helmet on. Here, I'll show you. Violet pulls her phone out of her pocket and Googles him. She brings up a photo, and I stare at him for a few seconds. He's tall and has mink brown hair that's messed up and sweaty. He's holding his helmet under his very muscular arm. He's smiling at the camera, his other arm slung around the shoulders of one of his teammates. His handsomeness has a rugged edge to it. There's a wild look to him, like he'd be a lot to handle and outrageously good at everything. Millie, what? I don't even know why that particular thought enters my head. I don't usually think about things like that. I'm usually too distracted. This Beau McCabe is beautiful and all-American and masculine as hell. And yes, I can admit he's gorgeous. One of those people who won the good looks lottery. It hardly matters. I hand Violet's phone back. I have bigger things to worry about than how good-looking the quarterback is, or whether or not he sleeps around. I have a book to write, and I'm feeling sort of guilty that I'm not working on it right now. But the game is entertaining to watch. Beau McCabe is very good, even I can see that. He seems level-headed. He's coolly thinking about what he's doing, measuring up his decisions. Every single time, he throws the ball right into the hands of his receiver with a precision that's mesmerizing. Our team scores 4 touchdowns, and each time, the stadium erupts. I'm surprised to find myself just as engrossed in this game as Violet is. Silently, I'm cheering for him. I want him to get the glory he deserves. His nerves of steel and his crazy accuracy are winning this game. He's making it easy for the rest of them. He's really good, I comment vaguely. The wind has picked up and my hat gets blown off. Violet glances over at me, laughing. She has one of those proverbial twinkles in her eye. Admit it, you're as smitten as every other female with a heartbeat. I can't help smiling back at her, but I don't bother answering. It hardly matters either way. I reach for my hat and put it back on. I think he's good at football, that's all I said. Wait, what's he doing? Violet says. Why is he just standing there? I look at what she's pointing to. It's Beau. He's standing in the middle of the field, watching the huge TV screen. The sun is low and is shining on the screen from this angle, so I can't clearly see what he's staring at. Millie! Gasps Violet. It's you! You're on the Jumbotron! Wave! What? Oh, it moved, she says. But you were on there. God, how mortifying. Beau McCabe is still standing in the middle of the field. Now he's scanning the crowd like he's looking for someone. People are murmuring. His coach is yelling and making irate hand gestures. Their team has called a timeout. Violet turns to me. Millie, holy shit! He was looking at you on the big screen. He stopped playing to stare at you. No. I laugh lightly. That's ridiculous. He was. Some of the people in the stands nearby are turning to stare at me. They're pointing at me. One of them takes a picture. Shit. I pull my hat lower. I really hate it when people stare at me. It makes me feel panicky. I didn't like being stared at as I was walking through the trailer park, and I don't like it now. If there's one thing I loathe, it's any kind of limelight. And I've had enough. I'm going back to the dorm, Violet. The game's almost over anyway. I really do need to get some work done. Violet seems to be tuning into the fact that I'm practically on the verge of a panic attack. I feel spooked. Why are all those people looking at me? Because of what Violet said? They think the quarterback stopped playing to stare at me? It doesn't make any sense. The thought makes my stomach do a funny little flip, like I've just hit the summit of a roller coaster. I can practically feel the gravity-defying G-forces that are way more intense than I could ever handle. I need to leave. I'll come with you, Violet says, linking her arm through mine. Her offer somehow locks this friendship into place. She gets something about how I'm feeling right now, and she's here for me, is what she's saying. We'll beat the rush. Come on. We stand up and make our way down the stairs. I pull the collar of my jacket up and my hat as low as it can go without actually covering my eyes. Once we're away from the stands, I start to feel a little better. Another cheer erupts behind us. They must have scored again. I find myself feeling sort of glad for Bo. He'll be the hero of the day, and he deserves it. And I'm even more glad to be out of there. I'm not good at crowds. From now on, I'll stick to my quiet corners of the library and keep to myself. The very last thing I need is to be pointed at and broadcast over a giant jumbotron.
Chapter 4. Bo.
You pull a stunt like that again, McCabe, and you'll find yourself sitting on the goddamn bench for the rest of the season.
We're back in the locker room and Coach is still ranting. I tune it out. I say what I need to say to placate him, because it makes sense to downplay this as much as possible. It won't happen again, Coach. But it's all bullshit. He wouldn't bench me even if hell froze over. I'm the guy every NFL team is salivating over, and a big part of the reason our stadium is packed every game. We both know that. Besides, I'm too distracted to give any answer that requires too much thought. I'll start by searching the dorms, the cafeterias, the bars. Does she go here? Is she a freshman? A transfer? A local? I've lived in this town my whole life. Both my brothers played football here, and I've been a student at this university for 3 years. I'd have seen her. She must be new. Maybe she's in the parking lot, walking to her car. I'm about to run out and check when Tyler slings his arm around my shoulders and Kirby takes a photo. I'm not smiling. I'm captioning this with hashtag who is she, hashtag Jumbotron Angel, and hashtag Bo wants to know, Kirby says. Someone find that clip from the Jumbotron, Tyler adds. No, I tell Kirby, grabbing the front of his jersey with my fist. Don't fucking post that. But it's true. Someone will have it. And if someone has a photo of her, maybe I can find out who she is. My team is already on a mission, led by Sean Kirby, who's obnoxious as fuck, even though somewhere under all that loud-mouthed swagger, he's loyal and happens to be a good friend. He's a shit-hot flanker. He also has a massive Instagram following. Kirby's one of those people who thrives on showing off and telling everyone about the smallest details of his life. I'm, on the other hand, not. Management likes to use social media since it's easy publicity. I've got just as many followers as Kirby, even though I've only posted the occasional photo of myself playing football. Kirby posts everything from what he ate for breakfast to the string of women he juggles daily to whatever protein drink he's advertising. It's something I'll probably need to up my game with before draft picks start hotting up, even though I'm a million miles from the publicity whore status Kirby loves to bask in. I reach for Kirby's phone, but he yanks it away. Too late, sunshine. He grins at me. He pisses me off on an hourly basis, but this is taking it to another level. The last thing I need is Kirby messing with this. What the fuck, Kirby? You posted that? If this girl can bring our star quarterback, whose mood happens to be atrocious and we all know why, to a gaga standstill in the middle of the opening game, then we need to know who she is. I'll find out who she is. You stay the fuck out of it. Sorry, man, he says. It's just been transmitted worldwide. I take a swing at him, but he ducks, the little fucker. Tyler's sitting on one of the benches, scrolling on his phone. Kirby, you're getting comments. Shit, look at this. Someone found the video. I release Kirby and grab Tyler's phone. They gather around me, but everything fades out as soon as I see it. Someone posted the clip of her. My heart feels like it's trying to hotly throb its way right the fuck out of my chest. Holy fucking hell. The camera person zoomed right in and lingered on her much longer than they usually would. And no wonder. Her face, that shy smile, the glow of her outrageous hair. I can't even see what color her eyes are. Pale, silver gray with darker rims, like bottled lightning. Wow, I hear myself say. I sit down on the bench, holding her image carefully in my hands. Someone pats my shoulder, like they're tuning in to whatever's happening to me. I'm only vaguely aware of the things my teammates are saying. Don't worry, man. We'll find her. I'm sure it was her on the green today. Bo, she must go here. The next comment splices straight through the haze. Bo, look at this. It's on this guy's Snapchat story. Served her today at the coffee truck. Order, hot chocolate. Gave her 2 extra marshmallows. Hashtag Jumbotron Angel. I stand up and look at Hayes' phone. The handle is @MasonsJava. Hayes, do you know this guy? Yeah, he runs the coffee truck. I've been to a couple of parties at his house. Replies start popping up. 2, 5, 10, 20. Shit. This whole thing is going viral. Because of me. The realization does something strange to me. My heartbeat is hot, but the rest of me goes cold. People will be searching for her. A lot of people. I need to get to her first. I need to shield her. I need to make sure no one goes near her. I have to stop myself from grabbing the front of Hayes' shirt in my fist and doing something reckless, like punching him in the face. Message him. Ask him if he knows who she is or where she lives.
Bo, someone posted another photo, says Kowalski. In the stands, leaving with a friend. Before the game even ends, it looks like.
Kowalski shows me the photo. She has her hat pulled down low and the collar of her jacket turned up. She clearly doesn't want to be seen. Other people in the stands are staring at her. I've done this to her, and now I can't undo it. Hayes has a reply. Mason doesn't know where she lives. He gave her his number and invited her to a party tonight, but she hasn't called him. She's a freshman, she told him. Her name is Millie. Millie. If she has a name, then she must be real. This whole thing is fucking with my mind. She's real. So, she'll be in one of the freshman dorms, says Kirby. There can't be that many of them. How many freshmen go to this school? Tyler's Googling it. Around 7,000. 18 dorms house freshmen. You saw her on the green, I murmur. Yeah, she said she was meeting someone at her dorm. She was holding the campus map, so it's probably nearby. We're going to find her. I'm the orchestrator, the signal caller, the playmaker, the game manager, and right now, I need my team. Don't scare her or stalk her or chase her or freak her out in any way whatsoever. She's mine. I regret saying that last line out loud. Sure, Bo, says Tyler. We get it. Tyler high-fives Kirby. I glare at them. What? Kirby grins. We're just happy for you, man. Kowalski says what I'm thinking.
You realize this is totally fucking crazy, right, Bo? You saw her for 10 seconds on the Jumbotron, and now, suddenly, she's the one you've been waiting for all this time? Do you know how insane that sounds? She'll think you're a fucking lunatic. I know that. I never said she's the one, even though I have this feeling she is the one. Either way, he's right. This is totally fucked up. I don't care. I just want to meet her. I want to see her face again. In person. For real. Because I feel like I've been sacked by a linebacker when I wasn't expecting it, while simultaneously having my heart ripped out of my chest and my brain hijacked by a lightning-eyed vision that has taken over every thought and every desire. I just want to make sure she's okay. I don't want her getting harassed.
And then I want to talk to her and stare at her and bask in her glow before I lose my mind for 100 different reasons.
Chapter 5. Millie. We get back to the dorm, and it's practically empty because everyone's still at the game. I'm going over to the library for a few hours, I tell Violet. I'm just going to chill here and listen to some music. I'll probably have an early night. I'll try not to wake you when I get back. She's sitting on her bed, scrolling on her phone. I still can't believe Beau McCabe was watching you on the Jumbotron. I'm sure he wasn't. He was probably just blinded by the glare or something. Oh, look, they've scored another touchdown in the final minute. Sorry I made you leave early, Violet. Don't worry about it. You can make it up to me when we go to the next game. It's finished now, anyway. I don't mention that I'm probably done going to football games. 5 minutes of Jumbotron fame is 5 too many. See you later. Good luck with the writing. I close the door and make my way downstairs. I walk over to the library, which is lit up and inviting. I pass 2 girls who glance at me, more curiously than maybe they should. I pull my hat lower. I take the elevator up to the top floor of the library and look for a place to work. In the far corner of the room, there is a quiet, empty study corner with desks and a couch, a couple of bean bags, and even a comfortable-looking window seat. It's perfect. I sit in the window seat. I open my laptop and find the document I'm looking for, my second novel. My first book was a sort of fictionalized version of my life so far. It's a harrowing story, so it got people's attention. It'll be in bookstores in just over a month, which is both exciting and daunting. It's a strange thing to do, laying out your innermost thoughts and the most intense kind of pain you've ever felt for other people to judge in whatever way they will. But it felt good to let it spool out onto the pages, like a kind of therapy. Anyway, it's nice to have time to concentrate after the whirlwind of the past few weeks, of getting ready to leave my life behind. God knows I was more than ready. The packing up, the saying goodbye to people I'll probably never see again, the long bus trip, the sights, the whole new world. That's what I've decided to write about. The possibilities, the invisible, just-out-of-reach glimmer that you may or may not end up reaching. But before I even finish my first sentence, my phone starts ringing. Who would be calling me? Violet flashes up on the screen. We exchanged numbers at the football game. Hey, Rumi, I answer. What's up? Millie? Don't freak out, okay? Why would I? What's going on? One of the football players, whose name is Sean Kirby, he's the one that caught the pass for the second touchdown, remember? I guess so. Well, he posted a photo of Beau right after the game, and holy shit, they're looking for you. What? They're calling you the Jumbotron Angel, and well, you've sort of gone viral. Gone viral? I whisper. The clip of you. And the hashtags, it's Beau wants to know. Beau wants to know what? Who you are. They figured out what your name is because of some coffee truck guy, and now the whole team and possibly the entire campus is trying to find you. What? Oh my God. This is not good. Panic prickles behind my brain. I don't like being searched for, thought about, singled out. It's just a hang-up I have after all the things I've been through. I try to do what I always do when I feel scared. I take a deep breath. I count to 7 for some reason. If I believed in lucky numbers, it's the one I'd choose. Are you okay, Millie? They won't find me. I'm in a very hidden corner and it's completely deserted up here. Do you want me to come over there so you're not alone? Thank you, Violet. But no, I'll be fine. I'll lay low for a couple of hours. By then, I'm sure whatever's going on will have died down. I hope. I'll see you later on. Millie? Yeah? If they do end up finding you, I hear he's a nice guy once you get to know him. He's not a stuck-up jerk like some quarterbacks. He's never done anything like this before. She's telling me to give him a chance, in other words. I don't know how to tell Violet that my life happened in a way that turned me inwards instead of out. I saw that photo of her family, her smiling mother who probably told her on a daily basis how much she loved her, her stable father and strapping older brothers who'd do anything to protect her and keep her safe. Those things just didn't happen in my case. I don't wallow in it, and at this point it's all just water under the bridge, but for better or worse, those details have shaped my personality. I've felt alone and vulnerable for a long time, so I hide, especially when it comes to men. I don't look at them, I don't talk to them, I keep to myself. It's the only way I know how to protect myself. It provides a force field that gives me at least the illusion of safety. And now some big-shot quarterback thinks he has some sort of claim on me just because he saw me on a big-screen TV? And everyone thinks he's so deserving and special because he's hot and also not a man-whore? I don't think so. I'm so focused all the time on not letting my guard down that I don't even know how to let my guard down, and especially not with someone like Beau McCabe, who's successful and gorgeous and dripping with luck. I've been forced by self-preservation to become a freakishly, socially stunted hermit. The only thing I know how to do is keep to myself. It's a hard thing to try to describe to my new roommate. They won't find me, I say again. She pauses, like she's not sure it'll work out the way I'm hoping it does. If they show up here, what do you want me to say? Tell them you've never heard of me and that they should go away. Violet exhales a small laugh. I doubt it's going to be that easy to brush them off, but I'll do my best. Call me if anything happens, okay? I will. Thanks. I'm glad you're my roomie, Violet. Me too, Mills. It's been a while since I've connected to anyone in such a real way. We end the call, and I look around. There is no one else here. It's quiet. The coast is clear, so I turn back to my laptop. A memory drifts of scattered needles on a dingy carpet, her cold hand. But then my thoughts slide past all that, as I've trained them to do, all the way to a neon green field. A football is flying straight towards me in its perfect, steady, spiraling arc. For some reason, in my daydream, I catch it. I'm stunned out of my own head when one of the two elevators pings from the far end of the large, segmented room. All the bookshelves are lower up here, so you can see over them, which affords me a view of two very large, very muscular men walking out of the elevator. It's not hard to tell they're football players, partly because they're still wearing their uniforms without their helmets. They're breathing heavily, like they've been running. Oh, shit. Instinctively, I curl farther back into my window seat, but they've already seen me. Shit. They're walking over to me. I don't know who they are, but I know they're not Beau. Would it matter if they were? Those girls were right, one of them says. Damn it. It must have been the girls who stared at me as I was walking into the library. If I'd known people were looking for me or that there were scouts all over campus, I would have worn a better disguise. The two football players approach me and stand close to the window seat, sort of hulking over me. I'm clutching my laptop like it's a shield, but they don't actually look threatening, aside from the sheer size of them. They look sort of friendly. This does little to tone down my unease. It is you, one of them says. You're the Jumbotron Angel. Who came up with that one, I'm wondering. Are you Millie? Asks the other one. What to say? I don't want to be viral. Can I slide past them and disappear? Probably not. So I decide to be straight up with them. Yes, but I'm not interested in being stalked by you or anyone else. So if you wouldn't mind leaving me alone, that would be fantastic. You have a good night now, I add, trying to gently dismiss them. But one of them is taking out his phone, pushing a call button. Beau, we found her. Yeah, in the library. Top floor. Wow. To be honest, being stalked isn't a particularly new thing for me. I've spent most of my life in 3 different trailer parks in low-rent areas of mid-Florida. If you want to find strange, out-there men with stalkerish tendencies, I can tell you it's a hotbed of exactly that type of person. But this is taking stalking to a whole new level. I'm being stalked by an entire football team, and I'm not entirely sure why. Plus, I have a deadline. I close my laptop and slide it into my bag. Look, I didn't ask for this, so if you'll excuse me, I'm leaving. I'll go find another place to work. They don't move. They just stand there like a wall of built, pumped-up muscle. I glare up at them. One of them has a big grin on his face. He's blinking at me. We're harmless, by the way. We just wanted to make sure we got to you first, so you don't get harassed. I feel compelled to point out the obvious. What you're doing is sort of harassment. Just saying. Trust me, you'll need us if the mob shows up. The news is already out that you're in the library. Shit. Social media has a lot to answer for. They're both still staring at me. Wow, the slightly shorter one says, which isn't saying much, since the other one is probably 6'5" or something. Yes, wow is exactly what I was thinking, too. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's been an intense day. That you would think this is acceptable, tracking me down like this. Now, if you could please move aside, I'm leaving. It doesn't seem like they've heard me, and they're not showing even an inkling of remorse. Still grinning. My name's Sean. This is Tyler. We're friends of Beau's. Like that should make a difference to me. I've never met Beau, is what they seem to be forgetting. Oh, you'll love Beau. He's basically the best person I know in pretty much every conceivable category. Yeah, says the Yeti-like one named Tyler. Come to think of it, he looks familiar. I realize it's the same guy who spoke to me on the green earlier today. Beau's cool, he says. Cool. He's got this dedication to his teammates and his brothers that goes above and beyond, and I'm not just saying that. You can't help but respect the hell out of the guy. I'm not sure why they're telling me all this, but for some reason it takes the edge off my annoyance. They don't seem like bad people. They seem earnest and enthusiastic about their mission. Well, as nice as it is to meet you both, I'm not sure what any of this is even about, so if you could please move out of my way, I really do have things I need to get started on. Beau would kill us if we let you leave, Tyler says. Sean glances over at Tyler. Beau would kill us if we didn't let her do whatever the hell she wants to do. Tyler contemplates this for a second. You're right. Luckily for all of us, I point out, it's not up to Beau to let me do anything. The elevator pings again, and we all glance over at it. At least 10 people pour out of the elevator in a loud, boisterous rush. They're clearly hunting for someone. I guess we all know who that someone is. It's her! A girl shrieks, pointing at me. Some are taking out their phones. Oh no. I don't want my photo taken, I tell them, sliding deeper back into the window seat. This is actually kind of terrifying. There's a sting behind my eyes. I'm trapped. Hey, Sean says, noticing my anxiety. Don't worry about a thing, Millie. That's what we're here for. He elbows Tyler. Tyler folds his arms and turns to face the crowd. Consider us your defensive line. Nothing's getting through us, Millie. Sean yells at the crowd. No photos, unless you want Tyler here tackling you and confiscating your goddamn phone. Go home. It's over. Go on. Out. Out. Does Beau know you've found her? Some guy asks. Before anyone can answer him, the other elevator pings and slides open. A few people gasp and squeal, which makes me wonder what's happening. I peek through the small gap between my 2 bodyguards. It's Beau! Someone hollers. Oh my God, he's so freaking hot, a girl gushes. "Hi, Bo. Can I get your autograph, Bo? Good game tonight, Bo," a guy says. "You were amazing." Then I hear another voice. It's deep and commanding and has a husk to it. Let me guess. "This whole thing has gotten way out of hand. Go back to your rooms. There's nothing to see here. My boys here will take your names, and we'll be sure that each one of you gets a ticket to the next game if you agree to leave right now. Are we clear?" Even his voice is perfect. "Sure, Bo," someone says, like their leader has spoken and they'll take his word as gospel. "We'll leave you and Millie to talk." Wow, my life has become a reality show, and my heart's beating fast. Bo is here. I'm not sure why that means something, but after all this, it does. His presence in this room is infusing everything with a sense of calmness and control. Bo McCabe is one of those people that inspires people to follow him. You can feel that. Sean leans closer to me and says, "Don't be afraid of him. He'll do absolutely anything you say." Then the two of them walk over to the small crowd who gather around them. I lean back against the wall of my window seat, wishing like hell I could somehow time warp into a parallel universe. The crowd are being moved into the elevator. Sean and Tyler get in with them. I hear the glide of the elevator doors closing, and suddenly the room is very quiet again. Someone, an extremely large someone whose strapping electric presence is filling up the room, comes over and leans his shoulder against the wall next to the window seat, his arms folded. Mr. Star Quarterback, of course. I look up at him. Up this close, he's stunning. His mink-brown hair is unruly and has a wave to it, curling at the ears. He's huge, which is emphasized by his football padding. He might be as tall as 6'4". He's got one of those bodies that's long and lean, but at the same time muscled and toned, like a sculpture come to life. Sparkling blue eyes are staring straight at me. It's a color movie stars get cast for that reason alone. He's ridiculously handsome. His eyes glow with a fever that's intense enough to... well, I don't know what they're intense enough to do. Definitely something. His face breaks into a smile, which, weirdly, almost makes me return the smile. It's just so genuine. There's something relieved about it. He's something to be marveled at, no doubt about it. Someone else can do the marveling. "I'm sorry about all this," he says. "Kirby posted before I could stop him." He pulls up a chair and sits, knees apart. He doesn't seem to care that I don't want him to sit next to me, or that I can't think of a single thing to say to him. He's gorgeous. He's the starting quarterback, and he's filling out that football outfit like nobody's business. A girl would have to be made of stone not to notice. And those blue eyes, framed by dark lashes, really are kind of spectacular. His smile is basically lighting up the room. I can hardly bear the heat of his gaze. He's staring at me like he's happy to see me. Very happy. And I have no idea why he would be. He's not helping my situation by being so damn built and beautiful and fascinated as he watches me watch him. He folds his buff arms across his chest and contemplates me. Then he smiles again. "I'm Bo," he finally says. "Bo McCabe." His voice is deep and has a husky layer to it. He leans forward and offers his hand. I hesitate before taking it. His grip is warm and strong and, oh hell, this is too much, is making me very aware of the smoldering current of heat that's radiating from him. He turns my hand and places a very light kiss on the back of it before I slide it away. "I know. You're Millie." I'll admit I like the way he says my name. There's something soft and endearing about the way he handles the word. "Yes. Don't be scared of me." "I'm not scared." I glare at him. The thing is, I am scared of him. I know that if I let this godlike football hero into my life, he'll ruin it. He'll tell me I'm special, like he's about to do, that he saw me in a crowd and liked the color of my hair or something. Then he'll proceed to break me in 1,000 ways, ways I've been broken before and still haven't healed from. And new ways, too. Ways that involve firsts and feelings and fatal mistakes. I can just tell.
You're a freshman.
Yes.
You arrived today.
It sounds like you pretty much know everything there is to know about me, so I guess we're done here. He's watching me with this rapt, almost amused look on his face.
Actually, he says, I think we're just getting started.
I can't handle anything to do with this football hero. Not now, maybe not ever. After weathering the storms of the things that have happened to me, I'm wary now. I need my heart and my head intact if I'm going to finish my book, which I'll have to do to afford the rest of my tuition and graduate from college so I can be more than a trailer trash junkie like my doomed mother. Listen, Bo, you seem nice, but I'm not sure why you're here, and I don't really have a lot of time for a social life right now. You should go back to your football friends. I know you have a lot to celebrate.
I don't want to go back to them, he says. I want to talk to you.
It doesn't make any sense. Why?
Why?
He blinks at me. He rubs his hand across his square jaw, like he's thinking about what to say.
I don't really know how to describe it without sounding like a complete lunatic.
Try. It's mildly entertaining, watching him fumble with this. He's so incredibly self-assured in every other way.
When I saw you on the Jumbotron, it was like all the light in the stadium landed on you. You quite literally lit up the entire goddamn stadium. I've never seen anyone do that before. I needed to find out who you were.
This makes me exhale a laugh without meaning to. That's crazy.
I know.
He sounds almost pissed off about it.
But that's what happened. Then, when I couldn't find you, and I didn't know if I'd ever be able to see for myself if you were real or just some kind of, I don't know, vision, I thought I might lose it.
Lose what? He's thinking again.
My sanity, he says simply. I wanted to see you again, like I've never wanted anything in my life.
I think that might possibly be the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. But my emotional armor is far too fortified at this point to let an offhand compliment, if that's even what it was, to fully penetrate. He's still talking.
And now that I have found you, and you're not a mirage, and you're even more dazzling in person than I could have ever dreamed up, I'm afraid you're stuck with me.
Wait, stuck with you?
Yes.
Even though the words he's saying are totally insane, there's a hopefulness in his expression that's sweet and intense. It makes an impression. It kind of leaches over into my airspace, touching my aura, and I'm not usually a person who thinks about auras, but that's what it feels like. Something about him is brushing up against something about me, and it's connective. I meet his gaze for a few seconds, but the blue blaze of his eyes is too wild. It's like having a staring contest with a superhero. He looks around, noticing the laptop sticking out of my bag.
Why are you studying on a Friday night? It's your first day of college. You should be out with your new friends. Classes don't even start until Monday.
I don't really want to lay it all out for him, but he's waiting for my reply. Very intently, like he's riveted by what I'm about to say. I'm writing a book. I have a deadline.
What kind of book?
A novel.
What's it about?
I sigh. Look, Bo, I'm not talking to you about that. I don't talk about my books before I write them. I don't want to jinx them. And I have to go now.
You can tell me about it when you've finished, then.
Sure, I say, but it's an empty reply. It would imply that he and I will be having a conversation 4 months from now, which has a snowball's chance in hell of happening. My sane mind has already convinced me to run a mile from this grade-A specimen of too much pumped-up masculinity to even think about handling. My phone rings. Violet flashes up on the screen. It's my roommate. Beau stands up as though to give me some space, even if it's only 3 feet. I watch him as he leans his shoulder against the wall again and folds his arms. Wow, he really is incredibly buff. Hey, roomie, what's up? Millie? Oh my God, are you still at the library? Yes. Well, don't come back here. I had to lock the door because there are like 100 people here who are looking for you. Or more than that. They're banging on the door. They want to know if you're going to go on a date with Beau. Our first names are on our dorm room doors. Shit. Millie, they're crazy. Why is this happening? Thanks for the heads up. I'll call you back as soon as the coast is clear. For now, stay where you are, okay? I will. I'll call you back. Just as I'm ending the call, Sean and Tyler burst through the door that comes from the fire exit staircase, making me jump. Beau! Sean yells. You and Millie have to get the fuck out of here. There's a mob down there. They're fucking rabid. Holy shit. Hurry. Tyler's holding the door for us. They're in the elevator. We all glance over to the elevator. The light above the door says 3. We're on the 4th floor. Beau grabs my backpack and slings it over his shoulder. Then he scoops me into his arms like I weigh nothing. Hey! I'm faster, he says. Then he carries me through the door Tyler's holding and down the stairs. I don't even protest. I'm too freaked out by what's going on. They're all over campus? They're chasing us? We reach the 1st floor and go out the back door of the library, following Tyler and Sean to a monster truck of a blue pickup that's waiting for us. 2 football players are in the front seat, so by the time Tyler and Sean get into the back of the double cab, the only spot for me is on Beau's lap. He pulls me onto him as he climbs in. He's all powerful muscles and hard ridges and... oh God. I've got you, Beau says. Everything's fine. The words deflect off my force field. I've got you. Everything's fine. Instead of being intimidated by him, which I should be, I feel almost comforted by how solid and strong he is, which is very solid, very big, very hard, and very close. I'm sitting on top of him, and his burly arms aren't just slung around me, but wrapped around me. And the enormous ridge I happen to be sitting directly on is... oh, hell. How did I get here? The moving colors of the night reflect off the windows as we drive through campus. There are people everywhere. I'm glad the truck's windows are tinted, but then I notice we're leaving campus. Where are we going? To my house. No. Beau, take me to my dorm. I want to go back to my room. You can't, Millie. It's not safe. It's true, says the gargantuan driver. We've got a man stationed there, and the place is swarming. Beau's face, as I stare at him blurrily, because I'm scared and my eyes are leaking, is heartbreaking. I don't know why I say that. It just is. I can't handle this. But I guess I have to. I can't go back to my room or the library or anywhere else. Why do they even care about who I am? I hear myself asking. Because I do, he says.
Chapter 6. Beau. Holy fuck. She's wearing an oversized gray coat and a little black hat that, on anyone else, would look odd or completely nondescript. On her, it's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. If she's wearing any makeup, I can't tell. She cuts her own hair. The pink gold pieces sticking out from under her cap are jagged and different lengths. Her eyes, up close, are an electric silver gray, rimmed with charcoal, like a spooked little wolf. She has olive skin, a few freckles, and her lips are the color of cotton candy. Her face is pixie cute and stunningly gorgeous. I'm trying not to stare. I have to stop myself from carrying her away with me like a fucking caveman. But we're in Kowalski's truck on our way to my house, which is good. It means I don't have to do anything crazy. At least, not yet. She's forced by circumstance to sit on my lap and let me hold her, which is both the best thing that's ever happened to me and the absolute worst. It's fucking agonizing. I'm just glad I still have all my football gear on. Maybe she won't be able to tell that I'm harder than I've ever been in my life, or that she happens to be sitting directly on top of approximately 10.5 inches of pure, feverish torture. I want to devour her. I want to unzip her jacket so I can see more of her. I want to rip it off and wrap myself around her to get closer, as close as it's possible to get. I don't. Everything's okay, I say to her, but she's still shaken from the mob. We pull up to the front gate of my house. There are a couple hundred people gathered around the front of my house, holding signs. Hashtag Jumbotron Angel. Hashtag Bo wants to know. And so do we. True love reigns. What the fuck is wrong with these people? We drive through them and they part for us, trying to look in the windows, which are mostly opaque, but not entirely. Millie pulls her hat even lower over her eyes. People are yelling, taking pictures, cheering. I unlock the gate with my phone app, and Kowalski drives forward. He lowers his window and yells, "Stay the fuck out or we will pummel each and every one of you!" The threat works. The gates close behind us. "This is your house?" Millie says, watching the thick iron gates slide closed. Yeah. My house is huge. It's made of stone and sits on 17 acres. There's the main house, a lake house, and a dock by a lake. There's a stone wall topped with a tall iron fence and security cameras running the entire length of the property. Why? Because my dad was eccentric, they used to call him, and rich as fuck. So he built what's basically a fortified castle. He had a knack for investing in businesses that hit major pay dirt, partly because he spent all his time studying the numbers. He had an IQ of somewhere around 145. It didn't save him, though, from his one weakness, my mother. I also make a lot of money. From advertising gigs and brand sponsorships, I've bought myself a few cars and a couple of motorcycles. But I invest most of it. My dad insisted my brothers and I learn that shit from a young age. He used to make it into a competition when we were kids. Who can invest this $50 and come out on top? Like a game. Since all three of us are insanely competitive, we learned fast. "Holy shit," she says. Of course, I'm wondering at this point if it's possible to fall in love this fast. Every single thing about her is my new favorite thing on the entire goddamn planet. From the light husk of her voice, to the uneven cut of her hair, to the way her palm is resting on my arm. She's holding on to me as we drive, like an anchor. My lust has gone into overdrive, but it's more than that. This lust has an edge, of fascination, and of 100-proof possessiveness. If anyone else so much as looks in her direction, I might do something mind-numbingly rash, like beat them to an unrecognizable bloody pulp. I hope no one tests me. Kowalski drives up to the front door of the house. "Thanks, man," I say. I don't invite them in, and they pick up on whatever vibe I'm emitting because none of them suggest it, which is unusual. I have an indoor Olympic-sized pool and a killer games room with a pool table, pinball machines, a foosball table, a 72-inch TV, and a fully stocked bar. It's our usual hangout. Tonight, though, there's been a change of plans. "You sure you don't want us to help you keep guard?" Kirby asks. No, it's fine. My security system is basically impenetrable.
Just let us know if you need us for anything, Bo.
Thanks for saving me from the paparazzi, Millie says to them. They all turn to look at her, and it's ludicrously difficult to tolerate. Them, staring at her, mesmerized by the soft colors of her and the shape of her face. I open the door and lift her, carrying her out of the truck, to get some distance. She's mine. Bo, you can put me down now? She says. I don't. I kick the door of the truck shut and start carrying her up the stairs of my house as the boys drive back down the driveway. Bo! I will as soon as we get inside. We can't be too careful. She's watching me as I carry her, like she's confused by my caveman shtick. Come to think of it, I'm confused by my caveman shtick, and by how fucking voracious it is. Like I've morphed into a goddamn Sasquatch or something. I really don't care. I'll tone it down as much as I'm capable of. But there's only so much toning down I can do. All those years of waiting, all that pent-up energy, all that angst and doubt and wondering if I'd ever find someone even a fraction as perfect as this, has now converged into one blazing supernova of obsession. I'll keep her safe. When she'll let me, I'll take her to bed and make sweet, hot, endless love to her every day and every night for the rest of time. Or I'll die trying. And eventually, starting now, I'm going to try to figure out how to get her to fall in love with me.
Chapter 7. Millie. My heart's beating fast, pumping adrenaline through my veins. I'm being carried into the biggest house I've ever seen by the hottest guy I've ever seen, while crowds of people chant my name from behind a distant iron gate. What the hell is going on? Did a random cosmic comet sprinkle stardust all over my life? I'm staying here tonight. With him. I don't even know him. He's incredibly intense, but in a way that makes me feel like he'd take a bullet for me, which makes no sense. Men are usually shooting metaphorical bullets at me, not blockading me from stuff that could potentially harm me. It's a plot twist I wasn't expecting. As for the carrying me around thing, if it was anyone else, I'd probably be pummeling him with my fists and demanding to be set free. With Bo, it's like all the little strands of my DNA are leaning in, breathing in the scent of his man's sweat and his superstar pheromones. Wow, he smells good, in a sweaty, beefed-up alpha sort of a way. I have never in my life thought of a person as alpha, but I do now. At least there's an enormous stone wall and an alarm system with space-age blinking lights between us and the people who have, for reasons I can't even begin to understand, taken a rabid interest in me. Or, more accurately, Bo's 5-second brain freeze in the middle of the season's opening football game. Hopefully some other meme will have diverted the town's interest by tomorrow morning. I'll go back to my dorm and Bo can get on with his life. The whole thing will fade into a distant one-off memory of that random time I spent an evening with a hot quarterback in his swanky mansion. We go inside. Bo kicks the door closed and sets me down in the middle of a huge foyer area with a chandelier and a grand staircase. This place is amazing. It really is. It looks like a castle, but it has a lot of wood and glass, which makes it feel modern and cool and sophisticated, like some genius architect spent weeks deliberating over every detail. Even from the entrance, you can tell, as you look deeper into the house, that it's full of clean lines and awesome spaces. "It's a little too big for one person, but it's home," he says. "Doesn't your family live here?" This place is big enough to house an entire village, or sports team. "My parents are both dead," Bo says. "My oldest brother, Gage, lives in Chicago, and my other brother, Caleb, is doing a tour of duty in Afghanistan. He's due back next month." I'm sorry. About his parents, I mean. Bo still has my backpack slung over his shoulder. He's watching me again with those crazy eyes. He looks big and tall and masculine as all get out, like he has a lot of testosterone or whatever pumping through him. I'm reminded again that it's just me and Bo, alone here tonight. "Come on," he says. "I'll show you around." He leads me into a giant, state-of-the-art kitchen. It has a wall of windows that look out onto what could only be described as an estate. There are lawns and fields in the distance, and I can see a lake and a dock, and another, smaller house next to the lake. Who lives in the lake house? At the moment, no one. Caleb will probably use it when he gets back. It'll be a good place for him to decompress. He's recovering from shrapnel wounds from a bomb explosion. Wow. Bo pulls his football jersey over his head and starts taking off his padding. Okay, holy hell. His chest and shoulders and abs are, outstandingly buff and beautiful. His football pants are slung low on his lean hips, and he has that defined muscular V thing that's sort of fascinating, and an arrow line of dark hair. Yikes. I try not to stare. I don't have a lot of experience with men, especially men like this one, it has to be said. I've avoided men like the plague my whole life because I spent most of my life watching them prey on my mother. I tried to protect her as much as I could, but she was an easy and willing target. Before she became an addict, she'd been a real beauty. But by the end, once the drugs had ravaged her, every detail of her beauty, inside and out, was just completely, terribly gone. When the men who preyed on my mother saw me, things always got bad. I got good at hiding, running, and defending myself. I bought myself 2 stun guns, which look like flashlights but have high-powered shock buttons that work surprisingly well, especially when they're not expecting it. So I managed to walk away from my past relatively unscathed, because I was vigilant about keeping my distance. Because of all that, I'm used to feeling like I'm in danger. Now it's very noticeable to me that my fight-or-flight mindset is completely absent. Not that Bo couldn't overpower me easily if he wanted to. He's watching me like he's thinking about it. He's got a ravenous, hungry wolf thing going on that's making his eyes practically glow. But I'm not scared of him. There's a wavelength. Bo McCabe is fierce and clearly strong as hell, but I get this feeling that he'd hurt anyone and anything, including himself, before he'd ever hurt me. It's reassuring. He grabs a faded yellow t-shirt that's hung over a chair and pulls it on. "I'll show you the rooms upstairs. I have to leave early in the morning for practice, but you can stay here and work. It's quiet." "Thanks, but it's probably best if I head back to my room in the morning." "There's no reason for you to rush back. You can work on your book undisturbed." I'll admit that's a ridiculously appealing offer. From the 2 hours I spent there, my dorm seemed loud and crowded, especially since classes haven't started yet, and all the new students are going insane with their newfound freedom. And the library seems like less of an option after the whole going viral fiasco. I follow him into another large room that's obviously his man cave on steroids. There's a pool table, pinball machines, a poker table, darts, air hockey, and a foosball table. The bar area is nicer than most bars I've seen. A lot, since my mother was a regular at all the local places near our trailer park, with stools, hanging glass racks, glass-fronted fridges, and even taps with different types of beer. Another section has 2 gargantuan, comfortable-looking couches, reclining lounge chairs, and an enormous flat-screen TV. There's a wall of sliding doors that lead out onto a patio. I can see a modern-looking, glassed-in pool area and a fire pit. Wow. Yeah, I basically live in this room, and so does my team. I can see why. It's like man heaven. He leads me up a back staircase and into a wide hallway with lots of doors leading off of it. He starts opening them. The house is a perfect blend of classic and modern. You can tell it was designed and also decorated by someone who had the kind of style most people only dream about. It's basically a work of art.
Choose any room you want, Bo says. They all have their own bathrooms. But before you decide, I'll show you the attic in case you want that one. At the far end of the hallway is another door. It's painted a soft shade of teal. I follow him up a narrow set of wooden stairs to a room that's its own floor, like a turret. He flicks on a light switch. 4 lamps, a soft spotlight, and a string of fairy lights turn on around the room. I gasp. Wow, it's the cutest, coolest, most enchanting space I've ever seen. There's a round window at the far end that's framed with decorative stained glass vines. A queen-sized bed sits in a romantic little nook under another stained glass window. There are bookshelves, sewing machines, and boxes full of rolls of fabric and half-finished garments. There's an open door to a bathroom that looks just as tastefully luxurious as the rest of the house. There are lamps on tables and lots of art on the wooden walls. The ceilings are vaulted, giving the space an open, airy feel. Under the round window is a desk that looks out over the view. I can see the full moon reflecting off the mirror-calm surface of the lake. This was my mother's studio, Bo says. She was a designer. She was starting to get some interest from a few of the big fashion houses. There's a framed photo of a young, gorgeous, dark-haired woman on one of the bookshelves. I walk over to take a closer look. Is this her? Yes. There's another photo of the same young woman and a man that looks a lot like Bo. In the photo, the two of them are by a pool. It's summer. They're staring into each other's eyes, laughing. They look impossibly happy. My parents. We lost them around 5 years ago. I'm sorry, Bo. I lost my mother, too. I'm surprised I even mentioned that. It usually stays in its locked-up little fortress at the back of my mind. At least they knew real happiness. I stare at the photo. There's something absolutely riveting about it. I don't think I've ever felt as happy as these people look. They're so in love with each other. You can just tell. They're lost in their own little world. I feel a weird pang of what might be jealousy. In actual fact, I've never thought to feel jealous about love before. I've never really thought about love much at all, partly because I was dealing with other things, and partly because the whole idea of love seems a little too far-fetched. I've never really seen it. But here it is, right here in this photo. What about your father? Bo asks. He was out of the picture before I was born. In fact, he left town the morning after I was conceived, never to be heard from again. I'd die before admitting this to Bo, but my mother once told me she'd been with 2 men that night, and she wasn't actually sure which one it was. My mother was what you might call a free spirit, even before she got trapped inside a hell pit of opioid addiction. Bo leans against the leather couch and sets my bag down. His strong-looking, tanned, hair-dusted arms flex as he folds them. His t-shirt pulls tight over the hard planes of his broad chest and his burly shoulders. Holy smokes, he really is beautiful. He catches me looking at him, and I blush. And your mother? He says. What happened? What to say? I hate talking about this. He seems to sense something about my silence. Mine died tragically, too, and my father took his own life soon after. It never gets any easier. I know. You don't have to explain anything. How awful that must have been for him. She died of a heroin overdose, I admit to him. It wasn't her first. His blue gaze holds mine. Some people can be judgmental about stuff like addiction. There's not a thing about heroin that's cool or fun or glamorous. It's all about desperation, death, and total destruction. But Bo just says, that must have been really fucking hard to deal with. It was, like it would have been for you, too. How long had she been an addict? Around 8 years, off and on. Mostly on. She sprained her ankle. That's all it was, walking down the steps of our trailer. I felt the heat rise to my face. I don't usually tell people I grew up in a trailer park. I don't know why I'm telling him now.
Here, in this to-die-for mansion, we could be in a different universe than the one I traveled from only days ago. But I'm this deep into it now, so I keep going. Just a swollen ankle that wasn't even broken. The doctor gave her some oxy for the pain, and that was it. She kept refilling her prescriptions until it became too expensive, so she found something cheaper and much stronger. I'm sorry. It sucks. We had a few overdoses in our high school. Yeah, mine too. I tried to help her. We did everything we could think of. Rehab, therapy, but it never made a difference. She never got better. Only worse. I hate dredging this all back up again. Anyway, it's all the past now. I don't know why I'm even talking about it. Because it helps sometimes. A whole conversation passes between us, without words. It's strange. It's almost like he gets something about me that no one else ever has. Even so, I'm glad when he doesn't ask any more questions about it. He stands up and walks over to his mother's desk. He flicks on the lamp that's standing next to it, which casts a golden light. She used to say she got her best ideas sitting right here. This room is yours if you want to use it for your writing, any time you want. I'm sure she would have liked that. It's kind of the absolutely perfect place to sit and write a novel, or at least work on it for a few hours tomorrow while he's at football practice. I guess the room could feel spooky with all those memories hanging around, but it doesn't. Besides, I'm used to ghosts. This room feels more like it's infused with layer upon layer of raw emotional inspiration. Thank you, Beau. I'd love to. I almost wish I could get started now, but my stomach makes a growling sound, which makes me blush again. Beau smiles and stands up. I can't have my guest going hungry now, can I? I'll go take a quick shower, then I'll make us something to eat. I'll meet you at the bar in 20. I smile back at him. Because I'm here in this perfect room, in this perfect house, in this perfect town, with this perfect football hero, it's hard to adjust to the overload. Okay. Beau leaves me to it and makes a stern face at me before disappearing down the staircase. Don't be late. Yes, boss. Once he's gone, I wander around, looking at the art and the many boxes of unfinished projects. Don't waste your time, this space is whispering. Squeeze every drop out of the life you've been given. Make it good before it's too late. I go over to my bag and slide my laptop out. I set it on the desk and open it. I sit in the chair and bring up the document I'm working on. And I start to write. It's like the floodgates have opened. My fingers can't keep up with my ideas, which pour onto the page in a feverish rush. For the next half hour, I completely lose myself. I jump a little when I hear something. Hey. I turn, and Beau's leaning against the doorframe with his brawny shoulder resting against one side and his hands in his pockets. He's wearing an old pair of jeans and a clean white shirt, which emphasizes his tan. His hair is still damp from his shower and has been smoothed into place. Holy hell, he's absolutely stunning. He walks over to me. Press save, he says. It saves automatically. Then press off. When's the last time you ate something? I think about it for a second. Breakfast? At a truck stop in Kentucky. I already have this habit of telling Beau things I wouldn't tell other people. Once my computer's off, Beau scoops me up into his arms. Beau, this is what I do when I'm rescuing you. What are you rescuing me from this time? Starvation. He carries me over to the door and down the narrow staircase, taking care with me so I don't get bumped. He smells clean and minty and outdoorsy, like sunshine and green grass mixed with that heady cocktail of those alpha male pheromones. Go figure. As much as I appreciate him making dinner, his aggressiveness is a little overwhelming. Has anyone ever told you you're kind of a control freak? I'm a quarterback. Of course I'm a control freak. He grins at me like he's daring me to defy him. Just from the look on his face, I can't help almost forgiving him. We get down to the bar, and he sets me on a bar stool. There are 2 plates piled high with food. There's silverware, napkins, and 2 full glasses of champagne, along with a bottle on ice. I hope you like hamburgers and French fries, and champagne. I love hamburgers and French fries. I've never had champagne. It's French, to go with the French fries. He clinks his glass against mine and takes a sip. That's a joke, by the way. What are we celebrating? We won the first game of the season. You're going to write a kick-ass book, and you're here. That last line comes out sounding kind of deep, and his eyes do that smoldering thing again. I take a sip of the champagne. It tastes good and expensive. The crazy thing is, I like being here. It's the nicest, calmest, most welcoming place I've ever been. It feels safe, and much more than that. It feels like the kind of place a person could not just survive, but thrive. For the first time in a long time, I don't feel scared. At all. I feel alive, like Beau's presence has turned me electric and hyper-aware. Music pulses through the surround sound system, and the TV is playing a football game on mute. The truth is, I feel more comfortable with this hunky quarterback than I have with anyone for a long time. Maybe ever, which probably says a lot about the life I've led. Who knows? It doesn't make sense, but it's true. For a few seconds, I just let myself take it all in. I'm not sure how my life took such a gargantuan U-turn over the past few days, but I don't bother analyzing it. I've decided that tonight, I'm just going to go with it. He clinks his glass against mine again. To waiting, he says. Beau's blue eyes spangle. He's watching me. I know what he means. He's been saving himself, Violet said. Not that it matters, but so have I, most likely for very different reasons. Maybe it's the champagne, but I can't help it. I wonder if his thick hair is as soft as it looks. I wonder what it would feel like to kiss him. I've never once been kissed. Which is a strange thing to think about with a total stranger who I've known for a total of an hour, maybe 2. Something about Beau McCabe, and it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what, considering his entire package is above and beyond anything I've encountered in my lifetime, is taking my thoughts in new directions. What's your last name? He says. Balin. Millie Balin. Middle name? I don't have one. No? His eyebrows furrow, like he's upset that someone didn't do their job well enough, which is true enough. What about you? Jack. Beau Jack McCabe, I say. Or are you like Beauregard or something? He laughs. I like the sound of his laughter. It's deep and has a crazy infectious edge. No, just Beau. He's watching my eyes, and, all right, I can admit he's extremely attractive. Not just on the outside, but everything else about him, too. With his bizarrely intense devotion to giving me everything I need, he's making me feel less out of place than I probably should. Well, Millie Balin, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too, Beau McCabe. I think about what it'll be like to be acquaintances or even friends with Beau, to go to the occasional football game, to run into him every now and then around campus. Will it be enough? I already have this feeling it won't be enough for either one of us. But I can't even go there. Not yet. To be honest, I don't know if I'll ever be ready to go there. Maybe my baggage is too heavy to cast aside to jump headfirst into something that promises to be way too good to be true. The brief, small glimpses of too good to be true I've seen in my life have always turned out to be exactly that. I'll thank him for the meal. I'll stay the night, maybe spend a few hours enjoying the peace and quiet of his beautiful house tomorrow before I brave the dorm and whatever's left of my 15 minutes of fame, which is hopefully now over. End of story. Turns out, It was never going to be that simple.
Chapter 8. Beau. Fucking hell. I think I might be having some kind of freaky out-of-body experience. Everything about me is screaming, "Mine!" I've regressed into full-on knuckle-dragging mode, and I don't give a fuck. I want her. I want everything. She's mind-numbingly pretty. She doesn't look real, she's so stunning. Like a woodlands creature who's lost her way and is still shell-shocked by the sudden daylight. She's shy, unsure, which is understandable. Her life has been hell. You can tell by the spooked shadows behind her eyes. All that's over now. I'm going to make sure of it. My lust is raw and obsessive, but it's more than that. Being this close to her is energizing me. I feel hypnotized and fully addicted to the shape of her mouth, the curl of her eyelashes, the lightning bolt shade of her eyes. I've found her. She's here. And she's more perfect than anything my lame imagination could have dreamed up. It doesn't make sense, except that it makes perfect sense. For the first time in 5 years, everything makes perfect sense. My challenge now is to not go completely ballistic and scare her away or fuck this up in any way whatsoever. Patience, steady nerves, and the ability to plan and carry out successful tactics are attributes I have. When I'm playing football, can I keep my cool enough to convince this girl she's mine? My father once told me he fell in love with my mother the very first time he saw her. That, in that exact moment, he was ruined for anyone else. A lot of people laughed when he told them that, but not me. Some people are just hardwired that way, for knowing, for caring about something real, and for having the guts to admit it and to grab it with both hands and give it everything you've got. Which is exactly what I intend to do. I top up our glasses. She's almost finished her glass of champagne, and her pale cheeks have little flags of pink, which is fucking adorable. She's so colorful. Even in her drab clothes, her surreal pink-tinted hair and the bright spark in her eyes glimmer. We have another game on Monday night, I tell her. I want you to come. I'll get you VIP seats.
Beau, that's nice of you to offer, but I can't. I have the book deadline and everything.
I'll get you a box. You can bring your roommate and anyone else you want. You can come with me, and I'll make sure no one bothers you. A hint of a smile doesn't quite surface. She shakes her head a little.
Why would you even want me there? I'm an introverted bookworm who spent half my life trying not to step on spent needles. You'd be better off with a happy-go-lucky cheerleader from your own neighborhood.
She clearly doesn't know me very well, but she'll learn. I'm not interested in the cheerleaders.
I'm glad we're friends, Beau, really. But on Monday night, I'll be holed up in my dorm room with the door locked and my headphones cranked up. I've told you all this.
I don't answer at first. I'm not sure how to tell her that things aren't really going to play out like she thinks they might. I'm not a stalker, and I'm not a bully. But I've just been plugged into a lightning bolt. She can't expect me not to burn. She bites her lip and looks up at me. My heart hurts because she's just so incredibly pretty. There's a little scar above one of her eyebrows, and her sprinkling of freckles is uneven. There are more on her right cheek than her left. These little imperfections, if you could even call them such a thing, slay me even more. I grab the bottle of champagne and put it under my arm. Then I carefully take her glass. I stand up and start walking towards the door.
Where are you going?
Where are we going, you mean? I nod towards the door. Come on. She makes a face, like she's exasperated with me, which is exactly what I want. I want her to feel anything at all. She starts following me. It's probably a good thing she does, because if she didn't, I'll pick her up and carry her again, or sling her over my shoulder like a goddamn caveman and take her upstairs.
Where are we going then?
I lead her through the glass corridor that leads to the pool area. The hot tub is raised, in its own corner, surrounded by glass and tropical plants, and some cushioned loungers and a rack of towels. It has a nice outlook out over the lake. It's warm in here, tropical. We're going to finish this champagne while we sit in the hot tub, because there's no reason not to.
Bo,
she says, as though I've lost my mind. Her eyelashes are long, dark at the roots, and almost gold at the curled ends. Usually, girls wear a shitload of makeup, and it always confuses me. Why so much? What are they trying to look like? With Millie, I really don't think she's wearing any makeup at all, and she looks like this. Like she stepped out of a daydream at dawn, all dewy and fresh and flushed and unreal.
I'm not sitting in the hot tub with you.
Why not?
Because.
Because isn't a reason.
Because I hardly know you. Because I'm already a little bit drunk and I need to go to bed.
You can sleep tomorrow. You have the whole place to yourself.
I don't have a bathing suit.
I set the champagne and the glasses on the side of the hot tub. I turn on the jets. Then I strip down to my boxers and get into the tub. Her eyes get wide, and so they probably should. I turn my back to her, but the beast probably hasn't escaped her notice. My ongoing problem has gone into goddamn super-powered overdrive. Neither do I. I lean back against a couple of the jets, which makes the bubbles fizz up around my shoulders. If she walks out, I'll go after her. I'll bring her back. She's here. She's sweet as fuck. And she's mine. Now I just need to convince her of that. We're young and free and you just started college, I say. Against the odds, by the sound of it. It's time for you to start having some fun. She's glaring at me. She's mildly pissed off because I don't care about her protests, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. The entire world will probably tell me I'm wrong or it's too quick and how can I know for sure? But it doesn't matter. My obsession has already become part of my heartbeat, fueling it, heating the blood in my veins, and my painfully engorged cock to inferno levels. I might already be in love. More insistently, in this exact moment, I'm in lust. The kind of 100-proof lust that won't be reasoned with. The kind that cares about real feeling but is more concerned with taking everything in its blazing wildfire of pleasure and pain. Time to start living your life and making the most of it. I tip back my glass, emptying it. Seems like you've got some lost time to make up for. And so do I.
You're probably right,
she says. Of course I'm right. She rolls her eyes, but there's a hint of a smile.
Let me guess. You're always right?
I grin at her and shrug. I'm the quarterback. I have to be right. This makes her laugh despite her kittenish annoyance and fuck, I'm a goner.
Close your eyes,
she says. I do, sort of. I hear the rustle of her clothes as she drops them, then feel the movement of water as she climbs into the hot tub. Fuck, fuck, fuck. My cock is hard and hot, throbbing with her nearness, like it's got a mind of its own. It takes all the willpower I possess not to ease her onto my lap right now. But I have to take this slow, or she'll run from me. I open my eyes, slowly losing my mind. My girl, the one I've been waiting for, who just stepped out of some crazy-ass techno-colored fantasy beyond anything I could have hoped for, is in my hot tub, wearing only a lacy little bra and her panties. Keep your cool, man. Keep your fucking head. I place her glass of champagne in her hand. Drink it.
Are you trying to get me drunk?
She's got a quirky little sense of humor that's killing me. I'm trying to make you happy, I say, meaning every word. And I haven't even gotten started. Millie eyes me, like something about what I've just said hits some buried emotion. But then she smiles shyly and takes another sip. 10 inches of pure, raging agony is having its way with me. Now that I've finally found her, all those years of going without are literally testing the boundaries of my sanity. I try to relax against the jets of the hot tub. She's watching me. Her silver gaze wanders across my face and my chest. She can check me out as much as she wants. She can take as much time as she needs. Within reason. In fact, the more she watches me, the crazier I feel. She twirls a strand of her hair around her finger. I simply can't stop myself. Carefully, I replace her finger with mine. Her hair is even softer than it looks. Is this real? I'm referring to the color of her hair, of course, but I may as well be asking about the all of it, the face, the lips, the electric eyes, the absurdly flawless skin, the swell of her wet breasts at the surface of the water. Oh, fucking hell. She's dizzyingly plush and sweet and mouth-watering.
Yeah, my mother had red hair. My father, well, it's anyone's guess.
I gently tug on the strand of her hair, pulling her closer.
Bo.
Millie.
I'm not.
Her breasts rise and fall gently with her heavying breath. It's okay. I'm sure enough for both of us. Her eyebrows quirk, but she lets me slowly ease her closer and closer. When she's close enough, I hold her there for a few seconds, savoring the final moments of anticipation. But I've waited long enough. I kiss her soft, soft lips.
Chapter 9. Millie. Bo's mouth eases over mine. He makes a low, savage sound that, for some reason, excites some secret desire in me I never knew about until now. It's crazy strong and unruly. I almost try to pull back, but his hands are holding me in place. He won't let me disengage. Bo's lips are gentle, but at the same time not gentle at all. Sure, hungry beyond belief. And when his tongue touches mine, a wild, uncontrollable craving takes hold. Wow. Kissing is so intimate. He tastes so good, like that scent of him, delicious and irresistible. His hot alpha appeal is flooding into me. So this is what lust feels like. Our tongues tangle and slide. Maybe it's the champagne that's loosening some boundary in me, or maybe it's Bo himself. My mouth is hungry to taste him. My body feels soft and slippery. Bo sucks gently on my tongue, and a wave of heat ripples through me. I feel reckless. I want to taste more of him. My hands weave into the wet strands of his hair. His hair is thick silk. His lips are champagne. His body is big and wet and unbelievably hard. He's murmuring my name, dipping his tongue into my mouth like I'm the sweetest fruit he's ever tasted. God. Bo's fingers slowly brush along the skin of my stomach. I don't stop him. Some sort of wave is building. I'm already riding it. His hands are on my hips, gripping me, He's being gentle, but there's a brimming power to him that's unmistakable. The realization of how strong he is, instead of scaring me, has the opposite effect. The grip of his fingers feeds a current of lust straight to the low pit of my stomach, and lower. A warm pulse takes hold inside me. Each sweet, molten throb makes me feel wilder. There's an edge of desperation, because it's not enough, not nearly enough. The feel and taste of him feed a pure, feral fire that pulls me in and won't let go. I've crossed over some threshold. I don't want to be afraid, or hide, or be alone. I want to get closer to him. I want to feel him because nothing has ever felt this good. Bo lifts me out of the water and carries me, dripping, over to the cushioned loungers which are pushed together, like a bed. His mouth never disengages, his tongue never pulls out of my mouth. He lays me down and slides his big body up against mine, over mine. I should stop this. We're getting carried away. If I could, I would, but my cravings won't let me. My pulse, there, doesn't want him to pull away. It wants him closer, much closer. It wants more of his tongue and the sweet, warm hunger he's filling me with. My fingers ease through his thick hair, exploring the outstanding, rough, masculine textures of him. His scratchy, square jaw, his corded neck, his hard, muscular shoulders. Bo's hands slide up my body. He plays with the clasp of my bra. He unhooks it, and it falls away. Instead of protesting, I wrap my arms around his neck as he kisses me. My nipples brush against the hair-dusted surface of his chest, and I gasp. He holds my face in his hands and kisses me, his lust fueling mine to fever pitch. Our kisses get bolder, deeper. You're so beautiful. I can't believe how beautiful you are. I've waited so long for you. He's as delirious as I am. We're too far gone to stop. Our slippery bodies slide against each other. Our ravenous need has sunk its teeth into both of us. My whole body is melting. I'm warm and wet. I suck on Bo's tongue and he groans. He licks his tongue into my mouth like he's starved for me. His fingers find my breasts and he rolls my nipples tenderly until I moan. Bo starts kissing a line down my neck, tasting me, sucking my nipple into his mouth. Oh, my God. The sensation is overwhelming. He feeds on me in lusty, rhythmic pulls. It's the most intimate thing that's ever happened to me. Each tug of his mouth sends a dart of sensation straight to my pussy, which feels soft and tingly. I've never felt anything like this, not even close. Like I might die if he stops or pulls away. All I can comprehend through my lust-drowsed haze is how good he feels. He's kissing a line down my stomach, licking and kissing my skin. Millie, fuck, you're gorgeous. You taste so fucking good. His fingers ease over my wet panties. I squirm. I'm not protesting, but it's so much. His mouth is on me, kissing me there, through the wet, thin cotton of my panties, and it feels so good I just let him. I can't resist the pleasure he's giving me. He moves my panties to the side. There's a pull against my hip, and then they're gone. Oh, God, he ripped them off. His tongue licks the soft lips of my pussy. Oh, something's happening. A swelling warmth that's going to kill me with pleasure. He dips his tongue between the delicate folds of my pussy and finds the hypersensitive nub. He plays it with his tongue, sucking it into the warm fire of his mouth. Bo! Oh, God, Bo! I hear myself moaning. Fuck, you're sweet, he's murmuring. He sucks on my clit, and his fingers touch me. skating and rubbing until the pleasure is simply too much. It's unendurable. The pleasure shatters into a wave of silky spasms that clench gently around his tongue as he licks into me. He licks me until the ripples begin to calm. Then Beau climbs up next to me. He smooths my hair back from my face and stares into my eyes as he, oh my God, pushes something hard and huge against my still rippling pussy. It's happening again. The pleasure wave is rushing back, even bigger this time. I know what it is. I'm not completely naive. I'm pinned under his weight, and I can't see it, but I know his enormous cock is pushing against me. It's hard but silky and wet, and it feels so good, and the wave is just about to flood me again with its devastating pleasure. I want it to. At the edges of my delirium, I know we're moving much too fast. I don't care. I don't try to stop him. I can sense that he might not be able to stop, even if I asked him to. In the lust days of my mind, this thrills me beyond belief. I want to let him do whatever he wants. Our bodies are so wet, so eager. The broad edge of his cock is gliding silkily over my clit, and the slippery rub pushes me over the edge. The pleasure is mind-blowing. My pussy starts to clench as Beau's massive cock starts pushing into me. At first, it sort of stuck there. I'm too tight. But he uses our wetness and the clench of my pleasure to slide his thick bulk deeper and deeper. There's pain at the edges of the stunningly intense wave of bliss. He slides himself out a little, then in and in, stretching me open as I come around him. Millie, you feel so fucking perfect. He kisses me, and I can taste myself on his lips. It's astoundingly intimate, like he's claimed me already. Beau thrusts again. He's growling, lifting me, gripping me, invading me with slow, measured aggression. His big cock rubs against a sweet, aching trigger, and the melting wave overflows again. My pussy clenches lusciously around him, milking every inch of his thick length until his cock starts jerking violently inside me. The pulsing thickness of his cock and the hot jets of his cum trigger more of those spiraling waves of pleasure. I never knew a person could cum this much. I thought it was supposed to hurt the first time. Instead, I'm grinding and squirming to feel every inch of his spilling beauty. Our climax is so intense, it takes a while for us to come down from it. He's on top of me. My arms and legs are wrapped around him. We're breathing hard, and our hearts beat in rhythm. He kisses my lips as I gaze up at him. His hands are weaved into my hair. His slick, slow-pulsing cock is deep inside me. Millie, he murmurs, kissing me again. I found you. My girl. Mine. We lay like that for a long time, entranced, staring into each other's eyes. We're in a daze, lulled by the lingering effects of our rush, entwined like we can't bear to be separated. I never expected this, to feel like not just my body has connected deeply with his, but also my soul. It sounds strange, but I've never felt so complete as I do now, with Beau deep inside me. His cock is hard again, filling me entirely, like he's taken full possession of me. He holds his weight so he's not crushing me. I love how big he is, and how strong. He touches his fingers to my cheek, like he's making sure I'm real. He kisses my lips. I want to stay right here inside you forever, baby, he whispers. My Millie. I gasp as he thrusts his hard bulk deeper. This time, we go slow. My arms and legs are still wrapped around him. His cock is so big and so thick, thrusting in a lazy but demanding rhythm as his tongue dips into my mouth. I start to come again. My pussy clamps snugly around him as I suck on his tongue. The wet, tight constriction of my body working his big cock makes him come again too, and he groans like his heart's breaking. I can feel the throbbing pulses as his cum gushes deep inside me. I'm dazed with pleasure and sweet, sated lust. I want to hold him and taste him and keep him inside me. So I do. I play with his hair and kiss his lips and whisper in his ear to tell him how good he feels. Much later, still half dazed with pleasure, I vaguely notice the purple line at the horizon. It's reflecting off the still water of the lake. He's wrapped a blanket around us, and I'm curled on my side, comforted by warmth and sleep, entirely enveloped in Beau's protective embrace. Beau's spooning me. His hot, heavy cock is wedged deep inside me. He's kissing my neck, licking me in lusty, gentle nips. His arms are wrapped around me. His hand fondles my breast. He teases my soft nipple between two fingers, rolling gently until it hardens into a tight little bud. Then he moves to the other breast, doing the same, touching them with the span of his fingers, playing. As he does this, his cock slides deeper. His fingers skate across the slippery lips of my pussy, fingering my clit, caressing me with languid tenderness. The pleasure, again, is crazy. I just never expected there to be so much of it. I arch back against him, squeezing, teasing. I want to make him come again. He growls when I retreat the tiniest bit and grips me harder, driving as deep as he can go. "You're mine now, baby. I'm never letting you go." His words, delivered as they are, along with the thick, impaling pleasure of his cock forcing its way inside, shatter me. The pulsing glow blooms, and my inner muscles clench strongly around him until the jetting warmth of his cum floods me and spills, wetting my thighs. Nothing will ever feel as good as this. Nothing could ever feel as good as he does. I open my eyes. Hey. He's sitting next to me, dressed in football gear. Hi. Wow, I slept so deeply. I sit up a little, but the blanket falls to my waist, and I realize I'm not wearing any clothes, so I lay back down. Holy shit. It's all coming back to me. Beau McCabe. I lost my virginity to the ultra-sexy quarterback last night, only a few hours after meeting him and getting mobbed by his fans, then had hot, unprotected sex with him all night long. Very amazing, mind-numbingly orgasmic hot sex. Wow. I'm sore. I can feel muscles in places I didn't even know there were muscles. No wonder. He smiles at me, his alpha arrogance softened at the edges by happiness. He's happy, and hotter than ever. His hair is a glorious mess, and against the rugged handsomeness and the big, built masculinity, is sort of to die for. I have the urge to grab handfuls of it. He's so damn beautiful. You okay? In the morning light, his blue eyes glimmer. Yes, I admit. You? He grins. I can definitely say I have never been better. I can't help smiling, sort of guiltily, at him. Beau laughs and lifts me onto his lap, bundled in my blanket. He's so freaking strong, and he's playful this morning. His intensity has a lightness to it that might have something to do with the long list of multiple orgasms. I lost count somewhere around 6. He touches his thumb to my bottom lip. It's a possessive gesture. Then he tilts his head to claim my mouth, like he can't resist. After an astoundingly tender kiss, he pulls back. We need to talk about our extreme case of throwing all caution to the wind. Yeah, we did kind of do that. I'm on the pill, by the way. He blinks at me, and his expression is sincere, with a caring edge. And something else. Something darker that's harder to read.
You are?
Yes.
I guess that's a good thing, but why?
Bo knows a few things about me, but not all that much. He knows I was, a virgin. Somewhere in the middle of our frenzy last night, I remember him wiping my virgin blood from me, along with his cum, before he kissed me and pushed himself inside me again. I don't answer right away, but I decide to be honest with him. That's just the way it seems to be between us. I was underweight. It helped keep my cycle on track. There's something behind his expression, maybe pain at what I just told him. He holds my face.
I'm going to take such good care of you, he whispers.
I don't cry, but I almost could, for a lot of reasons. Bo kisses me, and the kiss turns hot and erotic.
I am so late, but I don't care. The girl of my dreams is naked and sweet and wet and so fucking luscious I can't leave without saying good morning properly.
He lays me back and starts feasting on me. Like last night, any flickering thoughts about protesting are swept away by a tidal wave of lust as he sucks on my nipples, moving lower in a slow frenzy of crazed hunger. Also, like last night, he seems to be able to give me orgasms at the drop of a hat. He makes me come hard with his mouth and his fingers. He's unlacing his pants and, oh, Jesus, it's the first time I've seen all of him in broad daylight. No wonder I'm so sore. The thing is colossal, hot-looking and leaking with his pre-cum.
Wrap your legs around me, he says.
Oh, God. I do it. He touches the head of his giant erection against me. I know this will hurt, but somehow just that hard, slippery touch tips me into yet another nearly unendurable orgasm. How does he do that? The thing is a magic sex wand. As he feels my pussy starting to pulse around the head of his cock, he slides his thick length all the way to the hilt, and I cry out. But the pain only makes the pleasure more intense, if that's possible. He moves with me, and as he does, still in his football gear, his hand loosely around my neck as he stares deep into my eyes, I feel him tremble with the intensity of this sudden, uncontrollable passion. Our wet, skewering bond has an emotional undercurrent. His head drops, and I can feel the coarse silk of his hair against my cheek.
Oh, fuck, Millie. You feel too good.
He's trying to be careful with me, but he's too far gone. He thrusts harder, then he holds himself deep inside me and shudders, his big body jerking, and the flooding throb of his cock sets me off again. I moan his name. My muscles contract tightly around his beating length as he rocks into me. We're breathing hard. His face is buried in my neck. We lay like that for a while, as our bodies flutter wetly in a secret rhythm. His mouth and the grip of his fingers will probably leave marks. I'm glad. I want him to leave his marks on me.
Holy hell, he murmurs.
Yeah, holy hell is right. Bo lifts his head. He kisses me slowly, and the kiss feels significant. Too significant. What is happening to us? This is way too quick. Are you going to get in trouble for being late? He smiles and pulls himself out of me. I can feel his cum spill from my body. It's a strange feeling. I love that he's been inside me. I don't want him to leave.
Yes, but some things are more important.
He uses a towel to clean us. Then he tucks himself back into his pants and ties them. He wraps the blanket more securely around me.
I don't want to go, but I need to at least show up.
Of course, Bo. I'll be fine.
You can swim and write. There's plenty of food in the fridge. I'll be back in a few hours.
Okay.
Millie?
Yeah?
I know this is all happening at warp speed, but don't be scared of it. Of me. Last night, and now. He seems almost lost for words. You're beautiful. So beautiful. You are too, Beau. He touches 2 fingers to my lips, then to his heart. It might be the most heartfelt gesture I've ever seen, and it hurts for some reason. It is too quick. We've jumped in at the deep end when I don't even know how to swim. I don't regret anything, but we can't really believe there's more to this than an explosive chemistry and one hell of an all-nighter, can we? I can't calibrate anything more than that, now that it's daylight and he's leaving and everything's taking on the tint of normality. Last night feels like a beautiful dream. Beau stands up, walking backwards until he gets to the door. He gives me a bereft look, like he's torn. I'll see you soon. And then he's gone. After Beau leaves, I stare out at the view for a while. It's such a beautiful place. The fields and the serene lake. There's even a little house on top of the dock with chairs in it. A small boat is moored and tied on a sandy beach. The lake house looks bigger than it did in the dark. It has 2 wings off the main part of the house and a large deck overlooking the lake. It feels strange to be here alone. I decide to swim in the pool to wash off. I'm sticky, with Beau's cum, and mine, and streaks of my virgin blood. Wow. It's disorienting as the magnitude of what happened sinks in. I don't regret it, not at all. It's just a lot to think about as my mind retraces everything. The pool is heated and the water's warm. I get out and dry off with a plush towel. The luxury of this place. I don't think I could ever get used to it. Then, because my clothes are bunched up on the floor, wet, I grab Beau's white shirt that's draped over the towel rack by the hot tub. It hangs down to the middle of my thighs, like a mini dress. It smells like him. I hold the collar to my face and inhale a long breath. God, that scent. His sunshine and alpha natural cologne could be bottled as an aphrodisiac and make him a fortune. I hang my clothes over a heated railing to dry. Then I go into the kitchen. Beau made coffee, and it's still warm, so I pour myself a cup. Then I eat some fruit and a piece of toast. I make my way through the bar and up the staircase to his mother's studio. My bag and laptop are where I left them, and I go over to sit at the desk. The room looks even more enchanting in daylight. The sun shines through the stained glass windows and colors everything with shards of red and green and gold. I don't know what compels me to do it, but I open up my first book instead of my second. It's the one that's about to be published, the story of my mother's downward spiral and how it felt to watch it happen. The wasting away of her health and her spirit, the men who used her, the spoons and the needles, the desperation in her sunken eyes, the bruises along her arms and then her ankles, and finally her neck when the veins got too hard to find. The story sucks me in. It's raw and emotional, and it takes me straight back to a different time and place. The place I left behind, in fact, only 3 days ago. I got here yesterday. Yesterday. All that happened in 1 day. The arrival, the dorm, the football game, the Jumbotron social media explosion. Beau. Something about the realization puts a lot of things into suddenly clear perspective. Why am I in his house? Alone? Wearing his shirt? Sitting at his mother's desk? I shouldn't be here. It was a magical night, there's no doubt about that. One that changed me. My first time might very well be the best time I'll ever have. It would be very hard to top that. But it's just not realistic that there's anything more to it than lust. I don't care about his saving himself intensity, or whatever that was. So he saved himself, and now he's free to do whatever comes next. You don't fall in love at first sight on a Jumbotron. Real life just isn't like that.
I need to get back to my room, to get ready for classes to start and focus on what I came here to do. Not get carried away by some hot quarterback and his fancy mansion fantasy. I don't like the thoughts that swirl through my head, but it happens sometimes. You're trailer trash. What are you doing with a superstar? You don't belong here. He's 1,000,000 miles out of your league, and he always will be. Best to recognize this for what it was. Beautiful and over. I close my laptop. I slide it into my bag and pick up my hat, tucking my hair into it like I usually do. I take my phone from the pocket of my bag and book an Uber. Then I go back down to the pool and change into my clothes, which are almost dry. I put my coat back on, and I make my way out the door, down the long driveway. I find the button that releases a small gate that opens next to the main one for walking through instead of driving. The Uber pulls up just as I get to the curb. It was fun, Bo, but it's best this way.
Chapter 10. Bo. I'm driving way over the speed limit, and my car screeches to a burning stop as I skid into my parking space. I'm an hour late, for good reason. I've never missed a practice. Coach threatens all the time to bench me to make way for the sophomore punk who's up and coming. He goes on about how the kid needs more time on the field to get seasoned. It's a game Coach plays to rile me, to keep me on my toes. Draft picks are 7 months away. I can't afford to get benched. He launches straight into it.
Good of you to grace us with your presence, McCabe. Is this your idea of a goddamn joke?
I glare at him levelly, but it's not in my best interest to piss off my coach. Sorry, Coach. Got tied up. By the Jumbotron Angel? Pray tell. Kirby elbows me.
Fuck off.
Your hair's a mess, Bo, smirks Tyler, before I can get my helmet on.
Hallelujah!
Hollers Kowalski, giving Tyler a high five.
He finally got laid!
All of you can fuck off, I tell them. But it's no use. They howl and pat me on the back and make the most of it. I can't even bring myself to get pissed off. My life is too beautiful. She's too beautiful. I still can't believe she's real. And in my house. And fuck, just insanely perfect. All the angst and pent-up aggression that have hounded me for years have taken a turn to obsession. I've found her. She feels like heaven. She tastes like nothing else on this earth. All I want to do is get back to her before I lose my mind. Let's get this over with. There's some place I need to be. My team laughs some more, but we get into position for a play we've been practicing. For the next 2 hours, I play out of my skin. Turns out the little angel has another effect on me. I'm on fire. I've been touched by magic. I can't wait to touch a whole lot more of it.
Play like that for the rest of the season, Coach says, and you can name your price, Bo.
He never calls me Bo. He must be impressed. We take a 5-minute water break, and I'm sitting on the bench. Kirby takes his phone out of his bag and checks it. Hey, Bo, look at this. Isn't this your angel? What? I stand up and grab his phone. There's a photo of her. It's a video. She's on the green walking towards her dorm, with her hat and coat on. Right now. People are swarming around her. A crowd is forming. They're saying things to her. She's trying to walk past them with her hat down low, but some guy grabs it and pulls it off. Her hair spills out, shimmering in the sunlight. She turns. She asks for it back. She's upset. She's crying. I don't even look back. I start running.
Bo!
Someone calls, but I barely hear it. I get clear of the stadium and get into my car, peeling out, weaving my way through traffic towards the main part of campus. When I reach the edge of the green, I pull up on the grass and jump out of the car. There's a huge crowd on the green now. More cars are pulling up behind mine. I vaguely realize it's my team. Some of them have followed me. I push my way through the crowd. "Hey!" someone says angrily. Then they look up. "Oh."
Oh my God, it's Bo.
The crowd starts parting for me. I get to the middle, where 3 guys are blocking Millie's way. One of them is holding her hat. "We Googled you," one of them is saying. "You're from a trailer park in Florida." "Your mother went to jail," another one says. "Her mugshot is online. Says she got arrested for breaking and entering and for possession of heroin. Is that true?" "She was a junkie?" says the guy holding her hat. "Fuck." "Are you and Bo a thing?" says the third one. "Does he know all this?" "You're not just after Bo for his money by any chance, are you?"
Please,
Millie's begging them.
just give me my hat and let me...
I don't hear the rest of it, because I'm tackling the guy in the middle, the one who touched her, who took something from her. He falls hard. I see Kirby tackling one of the other guys, and Tyler manhandling the third one. The guy under me is groaning. I climb off him. I walk over and pick up Millie's hat off the ground, brushing some leaves off of it. I walk over to where she's standing. She looks so small. Carefully, I place her hat on her head. I wipe her tears with my thumbs. Then I scoop her carefully into my arms.
Chapter 11. Millie. Bo takes me home. He carries me straight up to his room. He takes off my coat and most of his gear, and he puts me into his bed. He leaves my hat on. He wraps his big body around me, and he holds me as I cry. I cry it all out. All of it. I never cried when it was happening. Crying made me feel weak, like I couldn't handle what I needed to handle. But now it wants out. It racks through me in wrenching sobs. My tears wet his chest, and he just holds me and smooths my hair, crooning words to me. "You're okay now. I'm here with you, and I'm going to take care of you. I'll give you everything you need to make you happy. You'll see. There's nothing stopping us now. Everything's okay." I cry until the tears dry up and there's nothing left, until the words he's murmuring almost sound like they could be true. I climb up onto him. I gaze into his eyes. How is such a thing possible? To meet someone, to feel a connection that runs this deep, so quickly. You hear it described, how some people just click. That's what happened to us. Me and Bo click. Something about our souls is a match. Our broken pieces fit together. "You rescued me again," I tell him. "I'll keep rescuing you as many times as you need to be rescued." No one in my life has said the kind of things Bo says to me. "Why do you do it?" "Because you rescued me first. I was starting to doubt everything about my life. And then I looked up, and there you were." I'm crying again, but for a different reason. "I don't know where you came from, Bo McCabe, but I think I like you." He laughs softly. "I like you too, Millie Balin. A lot. Let's start with that and see where it takes us." I guess we could do that. We're doing that. We're doing it. He holds my face and kisses my lips softly. "I'm not happy with you, by the way, for walking out on me. I wanted to give you one last chance to be free of me. All those things those guys were saying were true." My mother's arrests always involved drama, mugshots, and, apparently, a lingering online footprint. Sometimes I hate the internet. I don't care about that. It doesn't matter. None of it's glamorous. Addiction, incarceration, breaking and entering, fraud. Neither is the stuff that happened to my parents. Your mother was sick. So was mine. Life can be messy and hard and cruel, but it can also be beautiful. He's right. His sapphire eyes glimmer in the dim lighting of his room. "You're beautiful," he says. "What's going on, right here, right now, this is beautiful.
We're going to see where this leads us because it feels good. It doesn't matter if it's happening fast. I like fast. I've waited a long time, and all of it was slow. I'm ready for fast. But you can't know all this already, Beau, from a glimpse at a jumbotron and an amazing one-night stand. I do know it. I know it. How? How can you be so sure? I don't know how I'm sure. I just am. But what if you're wrong? What if you get to know me and it turns out you don't even like me? He gives me an exasperated look. That's not going to happen. You can't know that. Millie, he says slowly, as though I'm testing his infinite patience, everyone has to deal with getting to know each other. We've just jumped in at the deep end, that's all. We'll teach each other to swim as we're catching the perfect wave. He really does have a way with words. I've never even dated before. I don't know how. Neither have I. We'll learn. But we're friends, you said. Friends don't walk out on each other, okay? Let's start with that. Friends also don't romp nakedly by the hot tub and make love all night and give each other multiple simultaneous orgasms that are so mind-blowingly good and connective and real it changes your outlook on everything, I want to point out. But he already knows that. I can see it right there in his ocean blue eyes that he knows that. What your mother did isn't what you did anyway. Look what you've already accomplished, even though it's probably been a lot harder for you than for most people. You've written a book that's about to be published. That's huge. You got into college and you're making things happen for yourself. You don't need to be rescued. You've rescued yourself, and you don't need anyone's approval. Not those idiots on the green, not Instagram's, not anyone's. You're wildly impressive. Somehow, the things he's saying are leaching right into the fabric of my soul, like rainwater on parched earth. And you should let me indulge my obsession, because if you don't, I'll follow you wherever you go. You will? I whisper. Yes, I will. All I really want to do is trust him and give him everything he wants. If only it was that easy. Maybe it is that easy. Sometimes in life, although I've never done this until I met Beau McCabe, maybe you just have to go with it. Maybe you can't let fear hold you back, and you have to be willing to get hurt to get to the good stuff, the real stuff. I decide he's worth the risk. Okay. His eyebrows lift. Okay. Okay, I confirm. Beau kisses my face, my cheeks, my lips. Okay. The way he says it sort of rings with hope. He's looking at me like he did that very first time, in the library. With such sureness, it hurts my heart. You, that look is saying. His voice is low and husky. I know you're wondering how I can be so sure when we don't know each other very well. I am. It's because everything I do know about you is nirvana to me. Your hair, your smile, your eyes, your face, the way you make me feel when we're together. Everything. The more I learn, the more you slay me. I've been looking and hoping for you for such a long time, Millie, and now here you are. I don't want to waste time. I want to start right now. My Beau is such a romantic. And I want you to promise me that you won't walk away from me again without giving me a chance to change your mind. Shh, I whisper. I'm not going to leave you. I'm here. Walking away just doesn't make sense. I want to try too. I want to try with all my heart. He kisses me, and that's all it takes, like always. His tongue glides over mine, and the taste of him floods me with simmering lust. Beau's hands slide under my top, raising it over my head and tossing it aside. My hat falls off, and my hair makes a curtain around our faces. We help each other pull off the rest of our clothes as his kiss finds deeper and more intimate angles, until I'm naked, lying on top of his big, hard body.
The emotional commitment is complicated. This is the easy part. Our physical connection doesn't feel complicated at all. Maybe because we've both waited. We're hungry. The chemistry between us feels fiery and supercharged. I kiss his chest. I love the rough, hair-dusted textures of him. Slowly, I kiss a line down the quilted muscles of his stomach to the fascinating V. He groans. I love the V. I lick it. Then I touch my tongue to the arrow line of dark hair. I take his giant, rigid erection in my hands, and I kiss the head, touching my tongue to the slit, drinking the drops of milky moisture. I suck on the round head of his cock until he's grasping the sheet with his fists. There's a power to this that's sort of beguiling. My superstar alpha is completely at my mercy. I lick and suck gently on his cock, squeezing lightly with my hands, taking more of him in my mouth until he groans my name. His cock jerks, and he comes in hot, seedy bursts. I drink some, but there's a lot. I lick him as his breathing begins to slow. I like the taste. It's him, his alpha elixir. He pulls me up so I'm lying on top of him. "Am I dreaming?" he whispers, blinking at me. "No." I gasp because he's sliding his still semi-hard cock against my pussy. His cock is slippery with his cum. He pushes inside me, and his thickness slides deeper. He just came, but I know from last night that it won't take long for him to revive. Already he's getting harder, filling me as he grips my hips. I'm sore, but the wetness of his cum and having him already inside as he hardens makes it bearable. Not just bearable. Beautiful. Everything about Beau McCabe is beautiful. I squeeze my muscles around him. "Oh, fuck, Millie. I love the way you feel." We rock into each other, holding each other like we can't get close enough. I can feel that he's fully hard again. His cock feels so incredibly big and deep inside me. I want him there. I love him there. The rocking motion of our connection rubs against a sweet spot deep inside me, and I moan. He thrusts harder, even deeper, and I lose myself completely, shattering into silky spasms that work him and pull the pleasure from his cock in warm, gushing bursts. It's disorienting, the extremeness of this pleasure. The deep connection Beau and I already seem to have feels bigger than merely physical. It feels emotional, almost spiritual. I don't like to think about what will happen to my heart if it doesn't work out between us, which, given the speed of our fall, seems just as likely as us living happily ever after. If we're going to do this, which we're clearly already doing, it's a giant leap of faith for both of us. He seems to read my thoughts. "Don't break my heart, baby. You're holding it in your hands." I'm sort of crying and laughing at the same time. His words lock everything in place. We shouldn't be on equal ground. He's a football hero who lives in a mansion. I'm not. With Beau, none of the stuff outside our little cocoon of lust and hope and fascination matters. In here, it's just our two broken souls fitting together in a way that makes me feel stronger than I ever have. Not just because of him, but because of me. I won't, Beau. God, I hope I survive him. Somehow, I get the feeling we will survive. More than survive, but thrive in a way we never could without each other. Somehow, I get the feeling that he's the one. Later, Violet comes over. She gives me a hug, and I lead her into the bar area. "Violet, this is Beau. Beau, my new roommate, Violet. Actually, I think she might be my new roommate." Beau smiles at her. She places her hands on her hips. "How dare you steal my roommate? I like her." But then she laughs and gives him a sort of awkward hug. "I like her too." Beau grins at me. Then he says to Violet,
Spend as much time here as you want, Violet. Move in if you want. She finds this hilarious. I'm not moving in. Just then, 6 football players arrive. They pour into Beau's games room, making themselves totally at home. They're loud and huge, and they help themselves to the beer on tap and the pool table and the TV. The music is turned up. They brought more food than I've ever seen. I recognize Sean, Tyler, and a few that I remember from the ride home last night, who Beau introduces as Kowalski and Gates, and there are 2 others, Bronson and Hayes. "You're up, Violet," says Kowalski, holding out a pool cue. Violet's one of those people who can't help making any situation fun. She's bubbly and cute, and more than one of these football players is watching her. But she and Sean are scrolling on his phone. "Shit, Beau," says Sean. "You're going to need to post something on your Instagram. There's a mob of people outside your gate right now. The incident on the green this afternoon is flooding the internet." "How'd you get away from Coach, by the way?" asks Beau. Sean shrugs. "He said if the Jumbotron angel can inspire you to play like you did today, then she needs our undivided attention. He's insisting you get one of the VIP boxes, Millie, and that you attend every game." "Yes!" squeals Violet. "Her new bestie will make sure of it, and keep her company, of course." "See," says Beau, pulling me against his big, buff body. "I need you with me." He lifts me up so I'm sitting on the bar. He stands between my knees and holds my face carefully in his warm hands. He doesn't care that they're all watching us. He's dressed in jeans and a blue shirt that hugs the sculpted muscles of his shoulders, and he's staring into my eyes like he can't tear his gaze away. Of course, I'm captivated by his rugged perfection as usual. But I notice, too, that his eyes are bloodshot. From the late night, maybe, and the overload of emotion. More than anything else, as he leans in, he looks happy. He smiles at me, and it's so sweet and heartfelt, I feel it all the way down to those damaged pieces of my heart, which don't feel quite so damaged anymore. I'm in love with him. When he leans in to kiss me, even with all these people watching, I let him. I kiss him back. It's strange how sometimes things don't work out, and how sometimes they do. Epilogue. 4 weeks later. Millie. From the moment we met, Beau and I have been inseparable. He posted a request that was more like an order on Instagram. He asked for privacy and for people to stop stalking us and to give us space. In return, he'd post a photo of us once a week and give a free game pass to a person who posted a shot of themselves doing something kind for someone else. Hashtag #ShowMeKindness has gone viral. What do you know? I started an Instagram too, at Violet's insistence. She said it would be better to have people stalk me online than in person. Turns out, she's right. I've already got 1 million followers. A bunch of companies have approached me, offering to pay huge amounts of money to have me advertise their products. So far, I've agreed to a few, and I've already made more money than I ever expected to see in this lifetime. My book launch went very well. It's not hard to Google my backstory, which is mainly what the book is about. The headlines sort of made me cringe, but I'm learning that you can't control what people say, and it's best to focus on other things. Beau insists that I have bodyguards when I go out or to my classes. I flat out refused at first, until I realized he was right and that people are crazy. I'm glad he basically lives in a castle with a fortified wall around the entire property. He's had even more intensive security systems installed, and it's the one place I actually feel safe. It's Friday afternoon. I've been working on my new book for over a month now, and it's coming along even better than I expected. If things continue to go this well, I might even be able to get it finished before Thanksgiving. I miss him. It's been 6 hours since I last saw Beau, and I'm starting to feel like I always do when I've gone too long without. We've spent every night together since that very first day. It's good that I can keep busy. It's the only way I can bear to be apart from him. I'm so in love with Beau McCabe, it's hard to think straight if I don't immerse myself in my writing.
His mother's studio, which is now my studio, is the perfect place to work. As soon as I step through the door, my ideas start to well up, wanting out. Beau put most of his mother's boxes away, but I've hung her garments in the closet and carefully kept everything together. As a tribute, maybe. As a reminder to make the most of every day. I back up today's work and put my flash drive into its drawer. I hear the door open, and there he is. His face lights up as soon as he sees me. Will I ever get used to how stunning he is? How perfect, for me and only me? He's wearing a nice shirt and a blazer and his aviator sunglasses. His hair is windblown. He's carrying a bag, like a carry-on suitcase. I close my laptop. He slides his glasses up and sets down his bag. He lifts me into his arms. Then he kisses me, and it's so lusty and full of love, I feel dizzy with happiness. "You look so fucking gorgeous, I want to eat you alive," he says, "but it'll have to wait. Are you ready?" He has a home game tonight. I always go to his games. When they have away games, Violet and I ride on the team bus with them. His coach even sends catering to our VIP box. For the home games, Violet always makes a party out of it. "What's the bag for?" "After the game, I'm taking you away for the weekend, to celebrate." "What are we celebrating?" "You'll see." Beau has landed 3 major endorsements that are worth more money than I can even think about. He's also getting ready for the draft picks. He's been playing really well. His team is undefeated, and he's been getting a lot of attention. Whatever happens, wherever he ends up, I'll go with him. We've already decided that. It's a little daunting to think about a future with him, but he always makes it sound so easy and so certain. He preempts my protests. "You've been working non-stop for a month, Millie. You said it yourself. You're ahead of schedule.
You've come far in the story. Let this quiet melody carry you through a moment of peace. Thanks for being part of our audiobook family.
Need a break. I'm not taking no for an answer, sweetheart. But where are we going? It's a surprise. He takes my hand and leads me to his, now our, since I moved in with him the day we met, bedroom. He helps me pack a bag. Then he takes me down to the 4-car garage where his Corvette, his Land Rover, his Ducati, and his Porsche live. We take the Corvette. I'm escorted to the VIP box where Violet is already waiting, with a few friends. The game starts and Bo does his usual magic until his team is up 28-3 at halftime. His team runs off the field, but Bo doesn't. He's still standing there, looking up at the Jumbotron. One of the other players runs out and hands him a small box and a microphone before running off again. "What's he doing?" says Violet. "Oh my God, Millie, look at the Jumbotron." Oh, God. It's showing that video of me, the one he stared at, the one that went viral. The entire stadium goes quiet. Bo takes off his helmet. He taps the microphone. Then he says into it, "Millie Balin, please come down onto the field. There's something I need to ask you." "What?" Violet squeals. "What's he doing? Millie, you have to go down there." I'm sort of frozen in place, but she steers me towards the door of our VIP box. What is he doing? I walk down the steps of the stadium, my heart beating like a wild thing. Everyone is watching me, but I can only see Bo, standing there waiting for me. I step down onto the field, and we walk towards each other, until I'm standing right in front of him. His eyes are sparkling with love, and something else, almost like he's nervous, which isn't typical for Mr. Quarterback. He gets down on one knee. Oh, I feel my hand cover my mouth. "Millie, I know it's only been a month, and I know we're still young, but I've never been more sure about anything, ever, as I am about how much I love you. I fell in love with you from the very first moment I saw you. I want to be with you. I want to marry you. I want to have babies with you and grow old with you. You're mine and I'm yours, and that's never going to change for me. You're the one. Will you marry me, baby?" I can vaguely hear 100,000 people gasp. Bo opens the small box he's holding, revealing the most beautiful ring I've ever seen. It's 2 delicate gold bands held together by a row of 7 glinting diamonds. I don't need to count them. I know 7 is his lucky number. It's the one he wears. "Yes," I whisper. He beams at me and slides the ring onto my finger. Then he says into the microphone, "She said yes." The stadium erupts. It's so loud it sounds like an earthquake. Bo stands up. He lifts me into his arms and he kisses me. "I was really hoping you'd say yes." I laugh and I kiss him again. I didn't know happiness could feel this complete. After they win the game, we catch our flight to New York. I'm nervous. I've never flown before, but Bo holds my hand the entire way. From the first-class cabin, we gaze out at the city skyline as our plane descends into New York City at sunset. I've never seen anything so awe-inspiring. We check into our hotel room, which happens to be amazing with views out over Manhattan. He takes me up to the penthouse restaurant and bar, where we sit and order drinks. Even though Bo and I have been practically inseparable ever since we went viral, and even though he makes sweet, scorching hot love to me every chance we get, I still haven't told him I love him. I don't know why I haven't. I know I love him. I guess I've been scared that he'll somehow be taken from me. Maybe it's a fear that was ingrained in me after everything that happened. Bo told me he loved me exactly 1 week after we met. Now he tells me he loves me about 100 times a day. He doesn't hound me about saying it back, but I know he wants me to. And now, with his eyes glimmering and the world at our feet, I don't feel scared anymore. I only feel strong and so full of love for him I just can't hold it in anymore. He's holding my hand,
fingering my ring. Beau,
Yeah?
I love you. I can't wait to marry you. I never thought I'd see it, but the star quarterback has tears in his eyes. I lean into him, touching my lips against his. It feels so good to finally say it. He takes a $100 bill out of his pocket and leaves it on the table, even though we've only had one drink and haven't ordered our meals yet. He stands up, carefully pulls my chair back, and then he scoops me into his arms. Beau!
I need you right now, baby. I want to hear you say that while I'm inside you.
Oh. He takes me down to our hotel room. He carries me to the bed and lays me down. Kissing me, he peels off my dress and my panties. His mouth is on my breasts as he tears off his own clothes. I love you, he murmurs against my skin. You break my heart, I love you so much. Beau's mouth is voracious. He suckles on my nipples until I'm wet and squirming with need. Then he kisses a line down my stomach and pushes my thighs open. He feasts on me with his greedy mouth and pushes his tongue into me, teasing my clit until I come in a warm rush of pleasure. Then he climbs onto me, pushing my knees up. He slides his huge, hot, silky wet cock inside me, deep, deeper, rooting out pleasure with each driving thrust. I wrap my legs around him until his thick length fills me inexorably. He stares into my eyes, and I say it. I love you, Beau. I love you. Our hands link, and he thrusts deeper, possessively, gliding in and out with languid force. His rock-hard cock is relentless until I'm gasping his name, my hands gripping him with the intensity of my ecstasy.
You're so beautiful, Millie. So perfect to me. I'll never have enough of you. Never. I'll never stop loving you.
I come hard, my body clenching in juicy bursts, tugging at his thick cock until he spills his hot seed deep inside me. He growls my name against my neck. The ripples continue for a long time, and Beau keeps thrusting in a lazy rhythm as he kisses me and murmurs his sweet words, prolonging the bliss until we come again and again. We don't end up exploring much of the city's sights. We're too insatiable, too in love to disengage. We order room service and feast on each other the entire weekend. We finally make it to the top of the Empire State Building just a couple of hours before our plane is due to depart. We don't even notice when someone takes a photo of us kissing, with the skyline behind us against a vermilion sunset. It ends up in the New York Times and a lot of other national newspapers and news feeds with the headline, Hopeless Romantics. It's true enough, even though I never thought of myself that way. Not until Beau changed my mind. When we get back home, I message Violet and tell her to come over. Beau has practice, and she wants to hear about New York. Even though I never did end up spending even one night in our dorm room, we have 2 classes together, so at least we get to spend time together then. And, of course, the football games. We make good use of our VIP box. When I let her in, she gushes over my ring. We sit in the hot tub for a while, and she talks about the party she went to over the weekend. A lot of guys have been asking her out, but she hasn't agreed to date any of them yet. I don't know, she sighs. I'm blaming you and Beau, Millie. I want something real. I want someone to sweep me off my feet. I'm sure you'll find someone. He'll probably show up when you're least expecting it. I hope you're right. After a while, we step out of the hot tub. I hand her a towel from the heated rack, and we lay on the loungers in the sun that's pouring in. We both look up when someone walks into the pool area. At first, I think it's Beau. He looks like Beau, but he's clearly not Beau. He's around the same height as Beau and very muscular, but lean, hard-looking. His hair is cut short, military style, but it's grown out a little. He's wearing fatigues with the sleeves rolled up. His skin is deeply tanned, and he has a lot of ink. Like his brother, he's outrageously handsome, but his dark gray eyes are spooked and haunted-looking. I guess it's not hard to figure out why. From what Beau described, he's seen more combat than anyone should. You must be Caleb. Hi, I'm Millie. This is Violet. Oh, Beau's brother, Violet says. The soldier. Caleb's eyes lock on Violet, and she blushes. The pink of her cheeks somehow enhances the bright golden copper color of her long, thick hair. Her bikini, it has to be said, is on the skimpier side. Hi, Caleb, says Violet. It must feel strange to get home after being away for so long. Caleb seems lost for words. He doesn't say anything. He stares at Violet for a few more seconds, then he turns around and walks out. That was the day everything changed for Violet, even though there have been more than a few bumps in the road. As it turns out, Beau isn't the only McCabe brother who, once he falls, falls hard. But that's a story for Violet to tell you herself. Epilogue 2. 2 years later, Millie. Beau was drafted by the Packers and is now their starting quarterback. The stadium is amazing. Watching him play there is beyond a dream. He's so in his element on that field, it's just a joy to watch him. As far as his paycheck goes, it's just a crazy amount of money. Only 2 months after we met, we got married in a tiny but wildly romantic ceremony at our house by the lake. It was the best day of my life. Well, actually, every day I spend with Beau McCabe is the best day of my life. He bought us a house in Green Bay, and we divide our time between our 2 homes. My favorite space is still his mother's studio in the house I adore, with its lake and the rolling hills of our land. I've now written 4 books, and they've all been New York Times bestsellers, which is mind-blowing to me. I do a few book signings, but not many book tours. I don't like the crowds, and I'd rather be with my husband. He's framed all the write-ups and the lists, and they hang on the walls of my studio. Beau has some time off since it's the off-season, and he's gone over to spend some time with his brother. We've been married now for almost 2 years. Beau hints to me every day that he wants me to go off the pill. He wants to fill up the house, he said, with our babies. Even though we're still young, I've decided it's time. I'm waiting for him to get back. I'm taking a bubble bath. We had the master bedroom and bathroom and a few other areas of the house redone after we got married, so it could be ours, I said, and not just his or his family's. I can't wait to see him, even though he's only been gone for a few hours. It's like my body and soul crave him when we're not together. I hear the door slam and his footsteps as he runs up the stairs. "Baby," he calls out. Then he storms into our palatial bathroom. A huge smile breaks out on his face, as it always does when he sees me. I smile, too, at my handsome husband. He fills up the room with his male energy and his dazzling presence. My perfect wife is so damn gorgeous it's blowing my mind. He always talks like this, like he still can't believe he found me. "I've been waiting for you," I tell him. He pulls off his shirt, which messes up his thick hair. His muscles are bigger now than they were when we first met, and they were big even then. He works out all the time, and with all the trainers the football team has, his body has been honed into a specimen of prime, beefed-up perfection. He steps out of his jeans. Wow, he really is happy to see me. His cock is colossal and rock hard. He steps into the bath and lowers himself onto me. He's so big, he splashes half the water out of the tub, and I squeal as he playfully bites my neck. But then he kisses me, and it's a kiss full of devotion and love. He gazes into my eyes. I love how his eyes almost seem to change color depending on his mood. Right now, they're as blue as sapphires. "How's my girl? Did you get some writing done?" "Yes." I gasp as his massive cock slides against the skin of my thigh. I wrap my arms around his strong neck, letting my fingers glide across the hard, sculpted muscles of his shoulders and arms. I kiss his lips. There's something I wanted to talk to you about, Bo. He stares down at me alertly.
Is everything okay?
He's so fiercely protective of me. Any sign that I might be unhappy makes him wildly concerned.
What is it?
I just wanted to tell you that I went off the pill. I want to have your baby, Bo. I love you so much. He stares down at me, and his expression is layered with raw happiness and deep emotion, and hot 100-proof lust.
God, how I love you. I love you so much it makes me fucking crazy.
He kisses me, parting my lips with his tongue.
I'm going to give you a baby right now, sweet little wife. I'm going to fill you up with my hot seed all night long until I make a baby in you. Are you ready for me?
Bo doesn't wait for me to answer him. I guess he can't wait to get on with the task at hand. He lifts me out of the bath and gently places my feet on the bath mat. As he dries me, he kneels down in front of me and starts licking my pussy. His tongue dips into me, parting my intimate petals.
Mine,
he growls. He circles my clit, sucking on me until I moan. His fingers rove and explore, poking silkily into the tiny cove of my ass as his greedy mouth eats my pussy. It's like he is going a little crazy, with lust. He's absolutely ravenous. His inner caveman is going wild. My knees go weak, but he lifts me up and carries me to our plush, enormous bed. Bo latches his mouth onto my nipple, playing my breast with his strong hands.
Soon our baby's going to be sucking on these sweet pink nipples, but he's going to have to share with Daddy.
He moves lower. His tongue slides down my stomach, and I squirm. He pushes my legs up and open. I let him do whatever he wants. I give myself to him completely, offering myself to him in every way it's possible to do.
That's my girl,
he murmurs, kissing my pussy, parting the silky folds with his tongue.
Do you know how much I fucking love my juicy, gorgeous wife? Every inch of you is my favorite thing in the world. But this part, right here, might be my most favorite of all.
He finds the hypersensitive nub of my clit and licks it until I feel the pleasure rushes start to clench deep inside me. But he avoids a rhythm. His tongue circles around my clit, and it's torture. He's teasing me. Bo, I breathe. More.
You'll get more, sweet baby. You'll get everything you can handle.
He continues this delicious torment, bringing me to the brink but not letting me come.
Are you ready for my big cock, sweetheart? Because I'm not letting you come until I'm deep inside you. Those tight little clenches are going to grip my cock while I shoot my cum deep inside you.
He climbs up my body, pushing my knees wide. Then he takes his engorged cock and slides the head of it against my wet pussy, pushing his thickness deep, stretching me and filling me entirely. With his hands, he reaches under me and grabs my ass so I can't retreat even if I wanted to. His weight is bearing down on me, but not crushing me. I love how big he is, how strong and heavy. His thick cock is stretching me, my body is gripping him tightly. If I wasn't so wet, it might almost be painful. But it's not painful. There's only pleasure, thick, skewering pleasure. His cock is so deep inside me, I can feel the broad head of it pushing against my womb. He's whispering to me as he thrusts into me. With each thrust, he doesn't pull back, but lunges deeper.
I worship you, angel, my sweet goddess, my beautiful wife.
I love you, Bo, I whisper. He thrusts again, forcing the pleasure higher and higher. I can feel every rock-hard inch of him, and it's the most beautiful thing. The swell of pleasure reaches a high that's so damn good I try to squirm with the overload, but I can't move. He's gripping me and holding me in place underneath him, forcing me to take it. The wave spreads through me in warm, sweet rushes of pleasure. Succulent spasms grip his big cock in lush tugs, milking every inch of him. Beau's groaning my name, and I feel him, that hot surge of his gushing seed, flooding me and filling me with everything he has to give. Epilogue 3. 2 years after that. Millie. Our baby was conceived the very same night I went off the pill. Beau literally would not pull out until he'd come inside me a lot. 9 months later to the day, I gave birth to a baby boy. We named him Benjamin Beau Jack McCabe. He's the most beautiful child, with shiny sable-brown hair like his daddy and silver-gray eyes the exact color of mine. My 5th book came out, and it's selling exceptionally well. I've done a few book signings, but only in places that are close by, so I can bring Ben and Beau with me. I can't bear to be apart from either one of them, and Ben cries every time I leave him.
"I know how you feel, buddy,"
Beau tells him. I've already been offered a publishing deal for my next book. The offers just keep getting higher. I've just come back from a doctor's appointment, and Beau is playing with Ben out in the backyard. Beau had a massive playground built when he first found out I was pregnant. He wants lots of babies, and I have some news I know will make him happy. He's running after Ben, who's chasing after a football. But when he sees me, his angelic little face breaks into a huge smile, and he forgets about the football and runs straight into my arms. I pick him up and hug him and cover his little face with kisses.
"Daddy wants kisses, too."
My gorgeous husband is smiling at me. He takes Ben and holds him in the crook of his burly arm. Beau puts his warm hand on my swollen belly.
"How'd it go at the doctor's?"
We decided not to wait too long after Ben was born to try for another baby. It turns out Daddy is always up for making babies. It's his favorite thing to do. "It's twins," I tell him, beaming. "Girls." Beau's dark eyebrows lift. He's stunned, but then he grins, just like Ben is grinning, even though I'm sure he doesn't know quite what he's in for. I think about that day when Beau first saw me on the Jumbotron, how he told me he knew. I knew it too, from that very first night, even though it took me a little longer to admit it to myself. I felt it then, and I feel it now as he kisses me. We say it at the same time. I love you. This concludes Hopeless Romantic by Julie Capulet. Narrated by Mia Madison and Brandon Utah. Copyright 2019 by Julie Capulet. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Julie Capulet and was produced in the year 2020 by Tantor Media Incorporated, a division of Recorded Books, which holds the copyright thereto. Please visit tantor.com for more information on our growing library of unabridged audiobooks.